Then they get back into local play, and, well, they pretty much ran the table until the final game of the regular season, where they lost to Fenimore by a score of 1-0. Here's how the regular season went. Defeating Darlington 12-0. Southwestern 16-0. St. Francis, Illinois 14-1. East Dubuque, Illinois 9-1. Oregon, Illinois 5-4. The defeating Iowa Grant 7-1 over Riverdale 14-2. Defeating Fenimore 1-0. We'll talk more about the Mineral Point Fenimore games in just a moment. Lamira 2-0, Waterloo 9-3. Then they took care of business with Darlington 24-0. And that seemed to really spark something in Mineral Point, because after the Deerfield game winning 6-1, they just started scoring in double digits. 19-0 against Southwestern, 12-4 Cuba City, 14-1 against Riverdale, 10-0 against Cuba City, 11-1 against Platteville, 5-0 against Lancaster, 4-1 against Iowa Grant, and then they had their one lone loss of the conference regular season. Wisconsin portion of it, you could say, 1-0 to Fenimore. Then getting into the playoffs, well, didn't need more than 5 or 6 innings. Defeating Parkview 15-0 in 3 innings, defeating Cuba City 10-0 in 5 innings, and then defeating Deerfield 10-0 in 6 innings. Then the sectional championship, defeating the Fenimore Golden Eagles by a score of 3-0. Then we talked about the game against Marathon, 2-0, with both of those runs coming in the 5th inning. We'll talk about that coming up in just a moment. This is our pregame show presented to you by Raleigh's Cheese House at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Squeaky Fresh Cheese Curds every Friday, all the specialty cheeses. Yes, they're putting a roundabout on the intersection of Highways 11 and 23. You may have to take a roundabout way to get there, but you can still get to Raleigh's Cheese House. Check out their Facebook page. More after this, a WIAA Division IV state championship softball contest from Goodman Diamond in Madison. The Johnson Creek Blue Jays, the Mineral Point Pointers. This is Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
When it comes to your health, having the right team matters. At Medical Associates, more than 200 providers across 30 specialties work together in one connected system, making it easier for you to get the care you need. From preventative visits to specialized treatment, our team is here to guide and support you. With deep roots in the tri-state community, we're proud to be a trusted partner in your health. Medical Associates. Learn more at mahealthcare.com or call 563-584-4570.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont and Prairie du Chien.
Dubuque Super Hits 106, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. WIAA Division IV State Championship Softball from Goodman Diamond in Madison. The Johnson Creek Blue Jays taking on the Mineral Point Pointers. We're at the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture in Ridgeway and AyersFurniture.com. It's our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, setting the table for the Division IV state championship matchup. Mineral Point Pointers, Johnson Creek Blue Jays. Game 1 of today, the Belmont Braves fall to Almond Bancroft by a score of 16-8. Many runs scored by both teams. That game was definitely a thriller going into the 5th inning. Well, through 5 innings of play, the score was 8-6. And then there was a play that was made, an amazing defensive play by the second baseman for Almond Bancroft. And then they ended up scoring 8 runs in the final 2 innings to Belmont's 2. So that's really what turned out to be the difference in that game in the Division V state championship. So congratulations, though, to the Belmont Braves, bringing home the silver ball back to northwestern Lafayette County. But more, we want to talk about the Mineral Point Pointers. They have their chance to win a state championship here today, and they had their state semifinal matchup on Thursday evening, where they took on Marathon. Taking a look at stats from that contest, Maddie Cabot, she went 1 for 3. She had a single and reached second base on an error. Austin Kinch, she reached on an error, stole a base, and scored the second run of the game. We'll explain that coming up in just a few moments. Jaden Schultz, she went 1 for 3 with a single. Ada Tuttle, she was 2 for 3. 2 singles, and she did strike out once. She was our scrapper of the game because she had 2 of the 3 hits Mineral Point had leading into the 5th inning when they scored the 2 runs. Tenley Backup, she was 1 for 3 in the contest. Ava Ingwell, she was officially 0 for 2. She had a sacrifice bunt, reached on a fielder's choice, and then got out her last time up. Leah Hoffman, she was 0 for 3. She did strike out. Chloe McVeigh, she was 1 for 2. She had a single and scored the go-ahead run, the first run of the game. Then Kendall Wegner, she was officially 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Tenley Backup, she was absolutely huge in that contest. 14 strikeouts in that game, including striking out the final 5 of the game. It was the game that if you were at it, it was the Tenley Backup show. Unbelievable. Her line was 7 innings pitched with 3 hits, no runs, only 2 walks with those 14 strikeouts. She faced 2 above the minimum. That was it.
Mineral Point, we will be hoping to begin your warm-ups shortly. Once again, Mineral Points. We are hoping to begin your warm-ups in just a little while. Please hold.
They are trying to get Goodman Diamond straightened up. Both teams are now into the dugouts. We had to get on the air right away to make sure where everything was going. They've been so used to everything going click, 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 but they're having a few issues with first base and second base. So maybe we jumped the gun a little bit with our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. So, well, I'll do what I do best, and that's stall for time. So that's pretty much what I'm known for. If you've ever heard me broadcast a game before, I'm kind of used to stalling for time. The game did take 1 hour and 33 minutes. So what does that mean? That game got over with 11:08. Now it's 11:08 when the game got over with on Thursday night. A true marathon of a day for everybody involved. Marathon, however, they could not get anything going against Tenley Backup. Again, only 3 hits, and that was by the heart of the order. Danica Staus, Reagan Martin, and Tyler Belke-Subert. They were the only ones to have a hit, and also only 2 walks as well. Belke-Subert had one of those walks. Sophia Kahn also had a walk, but everybody but Maven Schneider struck out. And Morgan Sorgi, too, excuse me. So Tenley Backup was just an absolute lineup. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. Todd Clark, head of the WIAA Communications Department, just making sure of what we need here for broadcasting our contest. I'd like to give a shout-out, too, to Gary Whipperman, W7 Productions, as he has been broadcasting every single game. You can watch him on Facebook, W7 Productions. He does it for the girls and become a good friend of mine over the years. Coming up in just a moment, we will be joined by Rob Spangler as he's wrapping up his broadcast on 97.7 Country WGLR. He had the call of the Belmont Braves state championship contest where they fell to Almond Bancroft. We're setting the table for our state championship game, Johnson Creek Mineral Point Pointers, right here on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Summer is busy. We can help you stay ahead of the game and ready for the school year ahead. Grant Regional Community Clinic, with locations in Lancaster, Potosi, Cassville, and Fenimore, is offering WIAA sports physicals in June and July for your student athlete. Low cost, convenient hours, and all fees go directly back to your local school. Call 608-723-2131 to schedule your appointment soon so you can get back to enjoying summer. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. You said you texted them to me, Rob. I don't see anything. We're trying to figure everything out here at Goodman Diamond WIAA Division IV State Championship matchup. Johnson Creek taking on the Mineral Point Pointers. Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX FM, Sageville, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. Where the Ayers Furniture best seat in the house, from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. For free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture in Ridgeway and ayersfurniture.com. Today, 50 years being celebrated for the softball state tournament. Something absolutely amazing. We got a chance on Thursday to meet some of the ladies that were on one of the first teams that ever made it to Madison for a softball game, anything for girls sports back in 1976. They were amazing to talk to and telling us how far the game of softball has evolved. So, to not having uniforms, to just hodgepodging everything, where parents didn't even show up to games. They had nobody watching them, but yet they persevered on. And now we see tournaments now, not just for softball, but also for volleyball, for girls basketball, track and field, that in some school districts, the girls' sports actually are more well attended than the boys. So girls' athletics have come so far, but it's because of the pioneers of the games, the girls' games, the game of softball, that's been able to get us to the point where we are today. Taking a look at this Division IV field, Mineral Point Pointers making their second consecutive appearance here at the state tournament. Fourth overall for the school. The Pointers won the Division III championship back in 2013. Of course, we told you earlier, this season they blanked the Fenimore Golden Eagles 3-0 in the sectional championship in Riverdale that you heard on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Pointers, champions of the SWAL Conference this spring. Johnson Creek, they were the number 4 seed in this bracket. The Blue Jays, they're making their 5th state appearance. This is the first time since 2003 that Johnson Creek has made it here. One curious thing that is in each of the 4 previous tournament experiences, they were ousted from title contention in the first game. So they have not brought home any hardware. That will change today regardless of the outcome. Johnson Creek will bring home a trophy. They don't know if it will be gold or if it will be silver, but for the first time in school history, Johnson Creek will bring home a trophy. They qualified this season by an 8-0 shutout over Algoma in the sectional final that was actually played in Johnson Creek. They were champions of the South Division of the Trailways Conference. Rob Spangler hopping on after grabbing himself a beverage and a dog. And
Absolutely.
And I tell you, it works so much better when you actually push the button to hear you.
It does, and it's good to be, jumping onto Super Hits 106 for a back-to-back broadcast of state championship softball. Belmont, fell. I'm sure you spoke about that in the D5 game. 18-6 was the final, but I tell you, you look at that Belmont squad, John, and they're only losing 3 seniors.
Right.
A DP in Storm Marshall Bus, so she didn't play in the field, and then your shortstop and first baseman. So those are the two spots really that they have to fill in, shortstop and first base. And, would it surprise me if Belmont makes a return trip again next year? No, certainly wouldn't.
It doesn't surprise you when you see programs that are, I don't want to say that loaded, but that have those traditions. We've seen that in Southwest Wisconsin so much in a multitude of sports.
My headphones are a little hot.
Oh, they are?
Just a little loud. Could you turn me? There you go.
How's
That's
that?
better.
You got to remember, normally
That's
when
better.
I'm doing all of this, I'm deaf. So I am hard of hearing in the left ear, but so I have everything turned all the way up, and at least you can hear it.
Yes, I can hear it. One thing I would comment is this is a beautiful uniform matchup. I know you're going to probably do colors of the game in a moment, but Johnson Creek, how they have blue, the royal blue uniforms that say Creek in bright yellow in a kind of a cursive font across the front. That's a really sharp look, and I love it. What I would like is to see the City Connect uniform version that says Crick. That's instead of Creek, it says Crick across the front.
By the way, Rob,
Connect.
By the way, Rob, I just got your text message. I didn't see you do anything with your phone, and I just got a message from you.
Yes, you got the starters.
You did it all voodoo style.
I did, apparently, or the cell phone powers that be decided to finally let the message go through. I don't know.
Absolutely. This is our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh's Cheese House at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese and the roundabout way to get there. Go to Raleigh's Cheese Facebook page because you'll be able to see how the roundabout is progressing along. Thank you. I actually took the word right out of my mouth. I was going to use. But yeah, with the concrete there and it's all dug up, you can still get there, but if you're coming that way from Highway 23, you do have to take a couple of side roads.
By the way, next week, state baseball tournament, and we've got a couple representatives going, don't we, John?
Absolutely. We have Potosi Cassville will be there.
And the Dodgeville Dodgers.
Yep, the Dodgeville Dodgers, first time they've been to state since 1963. And
Woodrow Wilson.
And and here's the interesting thing.
Actually, I think it was JFK.
At JFK, yes. Actually, Rob, what's really interesting, the story with Pat Riley, 48 years of being a coach for Dodgeville. This is his first trip to Appleton, or to the state semifinals for the Dodgeville Dodgers.
What a great career he's had, and what a reward to finally get to go.
Oh, absolutely. And if I remember correctly, I think he said he was on that team actually 1963. So he has been a part of history, and us with Queen Bee Radio, we always love to be a part of history as well. And we'll talk about a little bit more about history in just a moment. It's our Raleigh Cheese pregame show as we set the table for the WIAA Division IV state championship matchup from Goodman Diamond in Madison, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth for the Mineral Point Pointers, Johnson Creek Blue Jays. It's all right here on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Wisconsin.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Mineral Point Pointers have now taken the field as they get their pregame warm-ups before they face off against Johnson Creek in the WIAA Division IV state championship matchup. Mineral Point will be the home team. Johnson Creek will be the visiting team. With Rob Spangler, I'm John Satterley on Dubuque Super Hits 106, just past 11 o'clock in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah, they're taking their time today. You know, you and I know you started the pregame show thinking, boy, they're going to be in a rush to get going.
We have to go, yes.
The original game time was slated for 10:30.
Yep.
And we're a half hour past that. And the people here are in no rush to get going. So,
which is a change, from years past.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully the weather holds out later in the day. Because that's part of the reason why I really thought they were going to be trying to get things moving is what if storms pop up this afternoon?
Well, actually, there is a slight threat for severe storms for southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, and northwest Illinois as the day wears on, especially after 2 p.m. So, we're good for our games.
Yeah.
But later on this afternoon into this evening, there is that threat.
And again, that's why
I
really thought they would be like, all right, we need to get going. But, yeah, they're taking their time getting us to this D4 championship game.
Absolutely. Taking a look at what happened in the brackets to get here. Let's go ahead and check those out. I had it right here. Then, of course, do you think I can find it? No, I can't. Because, my computer is still kind of a little wonky from Thursday with the rain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good for electronic equipment.
No, it really isn't for some reason. Well, Johnson Creek, let's tell you how they got here. Johnson Creek, they defeated Sheboygan Lutheran, Sheboygan Christian 22-0. That was in 3 innings. Sheboygan Lutheran, Sheboygan Christian, they got there to the regional semifinal due to a forfeit by Wayland Academy. Then Johnson Creek defeated the 4-seed Waterloo by a score of 9-1. That one run Johnson Creek gave up to Waterloo, Rob, is the only run given up by Johnson Creek this entire playoff run.
Wow.
They defeated Random Lake by a score of 2-0, and then they defeated Algoma 8-0.
I've always thought Random Lake was a terrible name for a town.
But it was just too random for you?
Well, couldn't you? What about like Maple Lake or, maybe
there is a Maple
type
Lake.
of fish that's in the lake, like Random Lake? I don't know. That's Random Lake.
I bet you somebody probably said that, just joking way back in the 1800s. Just saying,
Random Lake.
Well, it's like, what lake are you from? It was probably somebody that had a lot of money. Some random lake. And
it's a terrible name.
But
I'm sorry.
But it was so good it stuck.
What town are you from? White.
White.
I'm from White. What? Random Lake.
Where are you from? Podunk Junction.
Anyway, I don't mean to pick on people from Random Lake. It's not your fault that your name is dumb for your town.
Well, again, somebody came up with it, and I guess it was probably somebody that had good pull and good money. Thank you very much, Todd. I appreciate it.
I'm looking at 11:29 start.
All right, 11:29.
Okay. Thank you so much, Todd. Appreciate everything. So there you go, 11:29 start. So we have another 25 minutes to burn. We'll end up having an hour-long pregame show. Wow, I actually could have taken a break.
I can hear Dave just cheering back at home. Yay!
Well, so that means, Rob, we went from the most professional, probably an award-winning broadcast you just had with the Belmont Braves. Everything was clear, concise, tight-knit, perfect, ready for there, and we'll have the exact opposite of that here. This will be the most random. Here you go. There's your word. Probably the most random, hodgepodge, thrown together broadcast because I'm the one leading it. So that's
well. If we need things to talk about, you and I are both good at BSing. So there's that.
I have a BS and BS. You know that.
You do. You and I were talking about mascot names, and these two mascots are pretty standard. The Pointers, the Pointer dog, of course,
Wolf,
and then Johnson Creek, the Blue Jays, right?
Yep.
Popular bird. There's a lot of Blue Jays around, but I had suggestions for mascot names. New Holstein, for instance.
Yes, this
made
was
it
good.
to state. I think the new Holstein Heifers just has a ring to it. Now, some people may take offense.
Or
say,
bovines?
"Well,
How about bovines?
Come on, you're calling the girls' team a heifer." No. I'm just saying
The
it's
animal.
It's an animal. It's a Holstein? Come on.
You know,
the new Holstein Heifers. I think that has a nice ring to it.
The sad thing is, Rob, you were absolutely right, but in today's environment, it wouldn't fly.
No.
It really would. How many names?
And New Glarus.
The spotted cows.
The spotted cows.
Oh, yes.
I know. The Knights, which are they?
The Glarner. No, they're
still the Glarner Knights?
It's still the Glarner Knights, yes.
They go short with Knights sometimes.
Yeah, they'll go,
but
they don't get offended if they go with Knights.
Yeah.
It is officially the Glarner Knights.
Glarner Knights. Mm-hmm. Which, that's a historical type of knight,
But
right?
we're talking about mascots on this. Once again, if you're just joining us here, Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Goodman Diamond in Madison, WIAA Division IV State Championship softball game. Johnson Creek, Mineral Point coming up. First pitch at 11:29. That's exactly from the communications director, Todd Clark. But so we're just trying to fill some time here in a Raleigh Cheese pregame show. But the one, speaking of mascots, I really wish it would actually get resolved one way or the other.
Yeah,
is Potosi Cassville.
Yes,
because there's been a lot of talk about coming up with a mascot, and there's a couple of them I thought were really good choices. Again, doesn't mean I'm preferring one or the other, but again, very creative when it comes to the naming process, and something that doesn't come along very often anymore on renaming a mascot for a school.
Yes, and an opportunity to establish that brand, right?
Right.
That new brand. And the one that I had heard floated about was the Cassville Potosi Pike, because they're along the Mississippi River.
Right.
And, of course, a northern pike is, it's a fierce fish, right? It's got the big teeth, you know?
Right.
Or catfish, which, of course, Potosi is famous for the Catfish Festival. I think the catfish would be a cool mascot, don't you?
Absolutely. And
like the Carolina Mudcats, you've seen their hat, right? With the C and then the catfish in the middle. I think that'd make a great mascot, too. So I'd be in favor of either of those, but nobody's listening to me. So
well, but you would actually have more pull. Thank you, Tyler. Future headline, John and Rob get canceled before first pitch. Well,
he didn't even hear my Waniwak Center mascot name, which isn't cancelable, by the way.
Okay.
The Ewoks. The Waniwak Center Ewoks.
Yeah, right.
Come on. I know. Oh, George Lucas, Star Wars, got to get approval.
Oh, but
that would be literally the cutest mascot in the state, maybe the United States.
And you could have the enemies come out to you know, you can start,
exactly.
Right, absolutely. Another one I thought of too would be like for Blackhawk.
Yes.
If they had to change, the Blackhawk Choppers.
The Choppers. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
The Blackhawk Choppers, because you have the Blackhawk helicopter.
Yep.
So why not tie something
to the chopper?
To the chopper. So we just saw a chopper in the last
yes,
game.
We did.
With Belmont and Almond Bancroft. If you missed that on our sister station, the 97.7 Country WGLR, unfortunately for our Belmont Braves, they fell to Almond Bancroft 16-8. And their catcher's name, her last name is Choppa.
That's right.
Chapa. So literally Choppa, not like chopper.
Right.
But we're setting the table here for Johnson Creek Mineral Point. We'll get to a little bit more on that. But I like what you're talking about, Rob, when it comes to mascots. I think that people just need to kind of settle on something, because just saying Potosi Cassville, I really think it's not, I don't know, something's missing.
Yes.
Because you have Albany Monticello, it kind of randomly came around with the Space Stallions.
Yeah.
But some people are upset going, well, Stallion's not a girl, so why are you having that? It's creative.
Yes.
It's something you can get behind, because you have the Albany Comets.
Yep.
And then you have Monticello Ponies.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, Space Stallions.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Potosi Chieftains, Cassville Comets? Where could you go with something like that?
Yeah.
You know, if you really wanted to. So something native.
Yeah.
You could probably find something Native American spiritual that would involve maybe something celestial as well.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that one.
I'm just
no.
I'm just throwing
that when it comes to cancelable. I'm going to stay away from that one, John. I like fish better.
I like fish. Well, there you go.
Yep, I'm going with fish.
We do know that you can be a little fishy at times, so we have to continue on that. Johnson Creek, Mineral Point. The team wearing blue will win this game, is my prediction.
I think that's a good call. Good call.
Let's go ahead and do part of that with our colors of the game, presented to you by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 locations to serve you the best for dental needs. Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler. Johnson Creek, they have the contrasting, like an alternate jersey is what it looks like. They have the pants that are white with blue pinstripes, blue tops with white numerals and yellow outline. The cuffs of the jersey sleeves are white and gold. The stirrups, gold. Everybody having the high stirrups for Johnson Creek. So you get to see the white socks with the gold stirrups.
That's a sharp look.
Absolutely.
I love the jersey. I think the creek across the front, or the, as I said, the City Connect version, which is Crick,
right,
looks cool.
That absolutely. And Johnson Creek, getting here with a 26-4 record. Starting off, Rob, I'll catch you up, and we can catch our listeners up that are hopefully just hopping on. 18 games in a row Johnson Creek won to start off the season, including many of those in high double digits, scoring 20 runs twice, and having all 18 games in double digits except for 5 of them. So 13 of the 18 games, double-digit runs scored. They can score a ton of games, but they kind of started stumbling toward the end of the season. After winning 18 in a row, they ended up winning, or they lost 1 game. They won 2, then lost 2, won 1 game, then lost their season finale before going on a 4-game win streak, outscoring their opponents 50-1. Coming into this contest. And those losses were to Deerfield, Clinton, Poynette, and Six Rivers team Judah Albany. So again, there's a little bit of Mineral Point has faced Six Rivers teams. Johnson Creek familiar with a Six Rivers team. So again, a little bit of those comparisons. The Mineral Point Pointers, they come into this contest huge winning streak as well, only losing 1 game since coming back to Wisconsin.
Wow.
You think about that. If you look at their record, they're 27-4. Mm-hmm. All right, that's very good. Then you look a little bit closer, they were 3-3 to start the season, and since then, their only loss was to Fenimore, 1-0.
Yeah.
And they split the season series with Fenimore winning 1-0, losing 1-0, and then to get to Madison, defeating Fenimore 3-0. So, Mineral Point, they are red hot, and we're going to take a quick timeout here on a Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And once again, we'll continue to set the table. We'll tell you more about Tenley Backup and how unhittable she has been this season. This is the WIAA Division 4 state semifinal. It's actually the state championship. Johnson Creek, Mineral Point, Dubuque Super Hits 106. At the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that Honey Pepper Pimento Sandwich.
And that Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory. It's bold. It's flavorful.
Our faves are back. I found her.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Hey, Jen, you ready for a girls' night in?
Absolutely. What's on the agenda?
Oh, a little wine, a little JTV.
Jewelry television? I've never shopped on TV.
Are you kidding? You're missing out on amazing jewelry. Gold, pearls, lab-grown diamonds, and totally affordable. And right now, new customers get $25 off their first purchase of $50 or more when you shop on TV or at jtv.com.
25 off? Why are we standing here?
You turn on the TV. I'll grab my tablet.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. WIAA Division IV State Championship softball from Goodman Diamond in Madison. The Mineral Point Pointers taking on the Blue Jays of Johnson Creek. With Rob Spangler, I'm John Satterley. And before we continue on, since we've been talking a little bit about everything under the sun, Rob and I have been, I'd like to say hello to Molly Leibfried sending me a message saying Iowa Grant Highland.
Yeah.
That's going to be another interesting one because co-oping for every sport now. Iowa Grant Highland, Iowa Grant knows the Panthers, and you have the Cardinals for Highland. Do you try to find a mash between them, or do you go with something in the middle? The Catbirds?
Catbirds. That was an old lacrosse CBA nickname.
Oh, okay.
From like the 70s.
So I'm guessing the IGH windmills would not work, would it?
Well, it would be accurate. It would be accurate.
That might be something. Just an idea. Hello, Guy Kopp tuning in. Of course, there's somebody. Well, okay, never mind. No, I like my job too much. No, Guy's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
He is always fun to pick on as well. You can tell I just have more of a lighter. I don't know. I would say I've lost it, but you have to have it first to lose it.
True.
But let's get back our train of thought. Let's get that back to the game at hand, Mineral Point versus Johnson Creek. Tenley Backup coming into this contest 21-3 on the season before the state semifinal game where she got the W 2-0. What's been impressive to me, Rob, is 192 strikeouts coming into the playoffs, coming into the state games. Add 14 to that. Over 200 strikeouts on a season.
Jeez.
Think about that for a moment.
Impressive.
In 26 games, 200 strikeouts. You're averaging 8 strikeouts a game.
Yeah, and we were talking about her being first cousins with Belmont's Addie McNett. I know they play summer league softball together, travel softball together. And I'm sure, even though Addie and her teammates kind of licking their wounds from the D5 championship loss, I'm sure a lot of them going to be sticking around or coming to support the Mineral Point Pointers.
Absolutely, and that's one thing we love about our small towns in southwest Wisconsin. So close-knit. We will we will battle each other until the bitter end because none of us like to lose. I have not met one person yet that says, you know what, I like to lose. I want to lose. But when you get down to a game like this, you're going to see all the communities come together and root everybody on. It's what we've seen from southwest Wisconsin. Johnson Creek, the Blue Jays, their starting pitcher coming into this contest is going to be Tori Buglatz. And she is no slouch herself. 207 earned run average coming into this weekend. Okay, how many strikeouts did we say Tenley Backup has? 206, right?
Yep.
233 strikeouts for Tori Buglatz. That is amazing. And
wow.
And she has given up 50 walks, so maybe if there's over 25 games, 50 walks, that's still only 2 walks per game.
Right.
But she could get a little wild. She does have 6 wild pitches, and she has hit 3 batters. Let's take one more time out here, Rob. We're really going to set the table with our starting lineups. We are 10 minutes away from the first pitch. Johnson Creek, Mineral Point, WIAA State Championship Softball, Dubuque Super Hits 106, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
Step into something delicious. Quick Trip's Heartland Ice Cream. It's the newest scoop in our Nature's Touch ice cream family, crafted to delight and surprise. Grab a pint for just $3.99 and let the sweetness sweep you away. Try Waffle Whirl. Creamy vanilla ice cream, chocolatey dipped waffle cone pieces, and a rich caramel ribbon swirling through every bite. Then that's just one of 12 enchanting flavors waiting to be discovered. Heartland Ice Cream by Nature's Touch. One scoop closer to magic. Exclusively at Quick Trip.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob Spangler, John Satterley, WIAA Division 4 State Championship Softball, Mineral Point, Johnson Creek. Let's go with our colors of the game presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. We told you about Johnson Creek with the white pants, blue pinstriping, the blue jerseys with the Creek in gold across the chest with white and gold cuffs at the end of the sleeves. Every single, I wouldn't say every single one, they're also wearing visors, a lot of them today. For the Mineral Point Pointers, they got the home white jerseys with the blue pinstriping on the pants, blue pinstriping with the white jerseys on top, with pointers in cursive across the chest with a number in the lower left-hand corner that is in blue with a black outline. Those are your colors of the game. Injury report presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights, help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Good news, no injuries outside of today. Outside here today, let's go ahead and go with the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem on Dubuque Super Hits 106 for our WIAA Division 4 State Championship Softball matchup. Let's go with your starting lineups. Starting lineups presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center, correct, Rob?
Fuller's Milker Center. See their complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullersMilkerCenter.com.
First for Johnson Creek, we have Tori Buglass wearing number 17. She's today's starting pitcher and batting first. For the Blue Jays, batting second, the second baseman, Carl Armstrong. Yes, you were hearing that correct. Our gal named Carl. Carl Armstrong, second baseman, batting second. Batting third, the third baseman, Libby Burbach. Batting fourth, the catcher, Taylor Burglass. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Adigan Benz. Batting sixth, Rosalind Cheney. She is in left field. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Sarah Wiederholtz. Batting eighth, Brooklyn Gunn, the designated player. And batting ninth, Kara Bohm. She is in right field. The flex player, shortstop, Paige Swanson, wearing number 15. Now the starting lineup for the Mineral Point Pointers. We'll go ahead and go with their outfield positioning. Starting pitcher, Tenley Backup, and Austin Kinch is the catcher for your starting battery. Left to right on the infield. Kendall Wagner is at third. Ava Ingwell at shortstop. Second baseman, Jaden Schultz. First baseman, Leah Hoffman in the outfield. Left to right, Chloe McVeigh in left. Maddie Cabot in center. And in right field, Ada Tuttle. Those are your starting lineup presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. Rob, we got keys to the game presented to you by Rosemeyer Wealth Management Platteville, key to your future retirement. What would you think the keys to today's game would be, especially after what we saw in Game 1 with Almond Bancroft and Belmont?
Well, both of these pitchers, when you gave us the numbers, impressive strikeout artists. But my guess is minimizing the damage on the hits that are achieved. I think the defenses for both of these teams are going to be tested, and I think who plays better defense may end up coming out with the dub in this D4 state championship.
We saw that earlier with the Belmont Braves, a couple of missed plays in the outfield. Playing that wind is going to play a factor, I think, in this one, which I never would have thought of before we saw the Division V state championship game.
No, absolutely, and you've got to be, again, with the sun shining and the wind blowing, those outfielders, you got to read that ball off the bat correctly. And if you don't, it can be a big play for the opposing team. So it's definitely something to keep your eye on today.
The Iowa Grant Highland Catbirds.
Catbirds, ooh, I like it.
All right. Like I say, thank you for everybody tuning in here on Dubuque Super Hits 106. Also, if you want the enhanced broadcast, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, thank you to Tyler Dictanis as he was able to do his magician-like computer skills, get the stats, get the audio, and get your enhanced broadcast.
Yeah, maybe on the StatCast, since we had so much time, he could have ran a poll about those mascot ideas we had.
You know, maybe we might have to do something like that later on. There's an idea for next season, where we have a poll on YouTube or maybe on our social media pages.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, let's try to make more work for everybody else.
That's right.
You know, why not? I mean, we already have to look at our phone.
I mean, Tyler did do that mascot challenge at one time, which was pretty fun.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Let's see, what else do we have to get to? I think we've got everything. Keys of the game, injuries, starting lineup, colors of the game. Of course, our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, live and archive coverage, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Laley Center, Monroe. Ayers Furniture, best seat in the house. It's always worth a trip at Ayers Furniture. Our score updates will be presented to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest.
Yeah, and the only score from earlier today to report, a final of 16-8, Belmont falls to Almond Bancroft in the D5 state championship game.
Absolutely. Also back to our starting lineups. We'll give you the batting order. Maddie Cabot will be batting first, Aussie Kinch second, Jaden Schultz third, Ada Tuttle cleanup, Tenley Baca batting in the 5-hole, Ava Ingwell sixth, Leah Hoffman seventh, Chloe McVeigh eighth, and Kendall Wagner ninth. So that's what we got for you. As the wind is blowing out to center field, 15 to 20 miles per hour. That is picked up from when we started this morning. When we got here about 6:30, there was no wind at all, no breeze, no nothing. But as the day has worn on and the afternoon has warmed up, so has the breeze.
Yeah, it really has. It's starting to kick in now, and we can even feel it behind us. That's how much the wind is swirling. And if you look out to the flagpole in center field, it is blowing out. So that obviously going to benefit hitters if they can get it up and get it out. I mean, in that D5 state championship game, only Belmont was able to go yard, but the same girl did it twice. Lexi Ricker's 2-run bombs to left center.
Yep.
And if you get it up in the air and deep enough, you can take it yard today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. I like that one. The Potosi Cassville Flying Catfish.
Okay, so a nod to the Comet.
Yep.
And then the catfish, the flying catfish.
Maybe the soaring catfish.
I don't know. That sounds like an invasive species.
I think Steve is an invasive species. Tenley Baca is warming up in the pitcher's circle as she is throwing to Austin Kinch.
I've got some thoughts going through my head that I cannot say.
This broadcast is completely off the rails before it even began. He's Rob Spangler. I'm John Satterley. Thank you for joining us for WIAA Division IV State Championship Softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. After 1 hour from the end of last game, we're ready.
Here.
We are ready to start Game 2.
And so are the crowds.
They cleared out. Belmont girls are back into the stands. They are rooting on Mineral Point. Johnson Creek has brought a huge crowd, but I actually think more people came from Mineral Point, believe it or not. But we are ready to get underway. Tori Buglass will be stepping up to the dish. Here's we're getting underway from Goodman Diamond in Madison. The wind and the pitch. That will be low for a ball. Tenley Baca first pitch is at 11:30. Temperature 74 degrees here in Madison.
Game brought to you by Claire Bank, 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin.
Baca's 1-0. Fouled straight back. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Community First Bank, first for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference. Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC.
Tenley Baca does like to work quickly from what we saw on Thursday night. She gets her sign, winds and deals. Off-speed pitch, swung and a miss. Strike 2.
That was nasty. By the way, we should mention we have a strikeout sponsor for the Pointers, Farmers Implement, John.
Well, if her semifinal game was any indication, maybe said a lot. Baca with a 1-2. Swung on and miss. Strike 3.
And that is a
Farmers Implement strikeout. 1 away in the top of the first inning as Carl Armstrong will step up to the dish.
Game brought to you by Ritchie Implement, Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesInc.com.
It's Carey Armstrong. That's what it says on the board, but you're seeing here it said Carl. First pitch is in there from Baca for a strike.
Well, she goes strike by Carl.
Are we sure about this?
No, we're not.
Okay. No balls and 1 strike. As Tenley Baca winds and deals. High cheese for a strike. Swing and a miss.
Wow, Tenley looks to be dialed in early, John.
That she does. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bases empty here in the top of the first inning. Baca gets her sign. She winds and deals. Off-speed pitch will bounce in there. Ball 1, 1-2.
Farmers Implement in Mineral Point. At Farmers Implement, they service a tradition for over 40 years. They have what you need to get the job done right.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, top of the first. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. That is another Farmers Implement strikeout, 2 away, top of the first.
Just absolutely bringing the heat as Tenley Baca.
Libby Burbach stepping up to the plate, batting .349 this season. 23 runs driven in. Her OPS 1.065. If it's over 1, it says that you're an amazing batter this season. First pitch is going to be an off-speed pitch. Top of the zone for a strike, 0-1.
K&A Transfer to Montfort for all your general freight and grain hauling needs. Call K&A Transfer. Proud of Maddie Cabot and the Pointer softball team. Congrats on your accomplishment from K&A Transfer of Montfort.
Baca winds and deals. And that will just be outside for a ball. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just missed the river.
Graney Electric in Platteville, specializing in residential, agricultural, commercial wiring. For new construction repairs and maintenance, Graney Electric.
The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Boy, I have a strong premonition. It's going to be a 1-2-3-3K inning for Tenley Baca.
And if it's not, I'm going to blame you as a broadcaster curse. Baca gets her sign and the 1-2. High count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was the old rise ball, get him to chase, but a good heads up by the batter, not chasing that one.
That would be the Aaron Judge pitch. All rise. See, we can go with that too. Baca gets her sign and delivers the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Striking out the side. And Tenley Baca presented to you by Farmers Implement at Mineral Point. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Johnson Creek 0, Mineral Point coming up to bat on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
In our small towns, when someone calls 911, it's not a stranger who shows up, it's a neighbor. The person you see at the grocery store, at work, or cheering from the bleachers. A trained EMT stepping in when it matters most. This fall, Southwest Tech is bringing EMT1, EMT2, and AEMT training to communities across Southwest Wisconsin, including Cobb, Dickeyville, Lone Rock, Lancaster, Dodgeville, and Fenimore. Flexible online and evening class options make it easier to train close to home while continuing to work. Visit swtc.edu/EMT to learn more.
Upland Hills Healthcare you can count on right here at home. Exceptional care, always close to home. From primary care to specialty services, they're committed to keeping our community healthy and
Sorry, you're having to read my handwriting. That was a late add-on during the broadcast.
What's that word?
Let's go. Generations to come.
Generations to come. There we go.
I was trying to write small to put it in the one little room I had on the sheet of paper because, again, that was a late one that was given to us late in the Belmont game.
Yeah. Who did that?
I don't know. Do you have an idea?
I have no idea. Our listeners have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hoffman Electrical LLC in Mineral Point, specializing in agricultural, commercial, residential electrical service needs. Hoffman Electric LLC, Mineral Point. Yeah, whoever it was
and we had
is laughing right now and pointing at her radio.
And going, we had an award-winning broadcast up to that point as well.
I know.
We had everything just set perfectly, and then Maddie Cabot, Austin Kinch, Jaden Schultz, the first three batters scheduled in the bottom of the first inning to face Tori Buglass. Again, 21-2 coming in to the tournament. 2.07 earned run average, 139 innings pitched. She's given up 91 hits, 51 runs, 32 of them have been earned, walked 50, struck out 233. Let's see how the Pointers will attack it. Maddie Cabot will be the first batter. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike, 0-1.
Love Mineral Point's uniforms, how they don't have last names on the back. That just says dogs.
They got a bunch of dogs on this team.
They got them dogs.
Absolutely. The 0-1. That will be just off the zone for a ball. Count Eva's 1-1.
What's the saying? They got that dog in them?
That they do.
They do.
Woof. Buglass again. 6 wild pitches on the season as well. That will be hit high in the air. Shallow left center field. Underneath of it, making the catch for Johnson Creek, Sarah Wiederholt for out number 1.
I mean, she crushed that. If she gets just a little bit higher on that, I mean, that could have gone.
Honestly, 2 millimeters higher.
Yeah.
And that's going to be
gone. That could have been gone. Yeah. I mean, she crushed it.
Austin Kinch stepping up to the dish, batting .562 this season, OPS of 1.583. She has been a force to be reckoned with, and she looks for a fastball high, 1-0.
Game brought to you by Brian Steffes Construction, your local WIC building dealer, Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996.
Here's the 1-0. Now will be hit off to the right side, foul off the netting. Count evens, 1-1.
Brian Steffes, put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you.
Johnson Creek 0, Mineral Point 0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. This WIAA Division 4 State Championship contest. That pitch is going to be in the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes, hitting the inside corner at the knees.
A little bit of a delayed strike call on that one.
Mm-hmm. We do have a different umpiring crew for this Division 4 state title game. Here's the 1-2. That'll be hitting the left field. That's a base hit.
She's going for 2.
She is. She's going to get there.
She's got it.
That will be a stand-up double for Austin Kinch.
Great base running, too. She saw that the 2 outfielders were having a little bit of an issue deciding who was going to field it. They did field it relatively cleanly, but that delay gave her enough time to get the second job.
That's a game of softball with the 60-foot bases. Just that little hesitation means an extra base. As Jaden Schultz will step up to the plate. Batting .438 this season with 30 runs driven in. She'll look at the first pitch in there for a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Need reliable local electrical work you can trust? Yes. AB Electric delivers quality service on time, on budget. For homes, farms, and businesses, call AB Electric today and power up with the pros.
Pitch by Bluegrass is going to be in there. Strike 2, 0-2.
By the way, you can call AB Electric. 608-732-5973 is their phone number.
1 on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless tie. The pitch. That'll be hit up the middle. Base hit. Cabot's going to round third. She will come home and score. It's 1-0 Mineral Point.
And sliding into second safely. Nice piece of hitting by Jaden Schultz.
Mineral Point gets out to a 1-0 lead with an RBI single by Jaden Schultz. She gets to second base on the throw home. And now the cleanup batter, Ada Tuttle, will step up to the plate this season, batting .407 with an OPS of 1.100. That's huge. Who gets the first run? We saw that in the D5 state title game. That one's high for a ball, 1-0.
Game brought to you by David A. Meister, CPA in Darlington. Wishing all area student-athletes good luck. Thanks to their parents for the tireless effort to make these games happen. David A. Meister, CPA, Inc. in Darlington.
Here's the 1-0. That will be hit. Base hit into left field. Rounding third is Schultz. She will come home and score. And it's 2-0 Mineral Point.
What a hot start for the Pointers. They are jacked.
It took until the fifth inning over at Madison College at Goodman Field to get 2 runs. Today at Goodman Diamond State title game, it took 3 batters to get 2 runs.
Pointers come to play today.
Tenley Backup with a runner on at second base up to the plate. She will swing at the first pitch, grounder to second, fielded cleanly, throw to first in time. Route number 2, advancing to third on the play. For the Pointers, we have a courtesy runner. I did not see who came in. The number 3 was Ada Tuttle. There was not a courtesy runner.
Game brought to you by B&B Truck and Trailer Service in Cobb, your full-service heavy-duty diesel repair shop.
Ava Ingwell up to the plate. She looks at the first pitch out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Ingwell also batting .400 this season. That's one thing Mineral Point, their batting has just been absolutely unbelievable.
Fouls this one off.
Back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Over the Johnson Creek student and fan section.
1 ball, 1 strike to pitch. That'll be hit to the left field line.
That's trouble.
Fair ball. That's an RBI single. Rounding first, heading to second. Eva Ingwell makes it 3-0 Mineral Point.
Just inside the line, a little looper. Boy, Pointers have come out hot right out of the gate here in the bottom of the first.
And that was off the handle. So a jam shot by Tori Buglas, but able to fist it out into left field was Ava Ingwell. Now Leah Hoffman coming up to the plate. 3-0 Pointers in the bottom of the first inning. Foul straight back, 0-1.
Game brought to you by Ivy Construction, Inc., family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point.
Mineral Point 3, Johnson Creek 0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 1 on, 2 out. The pitch. That will be off the inner portion of the zone for a ball. Count evens 1-1.
Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families since 1916. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville and Mineral Point.
To say thank you to Rob Spangler for hopping on with me. I'm John Satterley at Goodman Diamond in Madison. Line drive, base hit right up the middle. Rounding third, heading home and scoring for Mineral Point. It's 4-0. Ava Ingwell scores on the RBI single by Leah Hoffman.
Man, the bats are red hot for the Pointers to start this game. Almost every hit has been solidly hit. And they are finding the gaps and finding the runs early. And if you're Johnson Creek, you have to be concerned giving up so far 4 runs here in the bottom of the first, John.
Johnson Creek had only given up 1 run in this tournament. That's in 5 games, 1 run. They outscored their opponents 50-1. The last time they gave up more than 1 run was the last game of the regular season. They lost to Poinette 5-0. If they've only won 3 games where the opponent scored 6 or more runs. That seems to be a threshold with 4 runs right now.
Absolutely.
Chloe McVeigh to the dish, batting .309 this season. Swings and misses at that off-speed pitch, 0-1.
Game brought to you by Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe.
Runner on at first, the pitch. Check swing, strike. I think that pitch was already at the knees.
Southwest Health, they have over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org.
The 0-2, high and outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Mineral Point left fielder, Chloe McVeigh.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A Partners implement strikeout to end the inning, but not before the Mineral Point Pointers score 4 runs on 4 hits. They strand 1, and through 1 inning of play in the WIAA Division 4 state championship game, the Mineral Point Pointers 4, the Blue Jays of Johnson Creek 0. This is state championship softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Ready to upgrade your floors? Herbson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington has the flooring to turn your house into your dream home. Choose from carpet, laminate, wood flooring, tile, and luxury vinyl plank, all from the most reputable brands. And you don't have to do it alone. The flooring pros at Herbson's will measure, help you choose, and schedule your install, making the whole process easy. Call Herbson's today to book your appointment, because the flooring you've been dreaming about is just a phone call away. Herbson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
1906 Cocktail and Wine Bar in Platteville, a proud sponsor today. Also Pilling Electric Service and PE Pump Service in Montfort. Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville. Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Also Fritz's Burner Services in Darlington. Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction. And McKeon Landscaping Services in Blanchardville.
The 4, 5, and 6 batters for Johnson Creek due up here in the top of the second inning. That is Taylor Burglas, Adigan Benz, and Rosalind Cheney to face Tenley Backup, who struck out the side to start off the game. Rob Spangler, John Satterley, Goodman Diamond, Ayers Furniture broadcast booth is where we are located. It was a cloudless sky just an hour and a half ago. Now it's becoming more overcast with just a little bit more blue than cloud cover, which actually kind of cools off everything, which kind of feels nice, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
One thing that's been red hot has been the Mineral Point Pointers.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a much better start than this. 4 runs in the bottom of the first, and in the top, 3 up, 3 down, all via the K from Tenley Buckup. I mean, John, you couldn't script it better. That was a great first inning by the Pointers.
And I think this may be a tri-court turning point of the game right here. How does Johnson Creek respond? They just got punched in the face. We looked at the last game. That was a heavyweight battle. Punch after punch, counter punch. Now, what does Johnson Creek have in them? Tenley Backup, we'll find out as she delivers the first pitch. He'll be swung on, hit high and deep to left field. It's toward the fence, and 0-1 Hoppus. Rounding first is Taylor Buglas, and it's a double. There we go. They had a typo here. That threw me off. It's a double, leadoff double, and that's a way to answer back for Johnson
It is
Creek.
a way to answer back. We'll see if Johnson Creek can keep it going. Game brought to you by Saunders Oil of Warren, Illinois. Also, First Response Excavating and Grading of Bloomington.
Adigan Benz, the batter. 506 on the season. OPS of 1.576. She looks at the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
I know people love unique names nowadays, and I will say I have never in my life seen an Adigan.
Neither have I, spelled Attigun, Adigan Benz. She's a right-handed batter. She looks at the second pitch just off the outside portion of the plate. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Game brought to you by Bender Outdoors on the Square in Lancaster and Clear Reflections window cleaning service of Platteville.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on at second base. The pitch high in the air. Foul back behind us, out of play. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Iverson Construction of Kieler, Wisconsin, a sponsor. Also Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena. And Lyle Financial Group in Platteville.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Tenley Backup gets her sign, winds and deals. They'll be right back to her for an out. Off the handle. Just a little lazy, I don't even want to call it a pop fly, but it just kind of looped right back to Tenley for out number 1.
Game brought to you by Haberlin Heating and Cooling of Cuba City and Century 21 affiliated Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, and Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 Boscobel.
Rosalind Cheney now the batter. 327 on the season with an OPS of 773. That pitch is going to be just off the inner portion of the plate for a ball. 1-0.
That looked good to me. Anytime Roofing, visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how they can help with your next roofing or siding project.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Now we hit high in the air, foul territory, but there's room, and it'll be caught for out number 2.
Third baseman ranges over, makes a nice play.
Beautiful play made by Kendall Wagner for out number 2. Still at second base is Taylor Buglass, now stepping up to the dish. So Soraya Witterholt.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Sarah, but there's an I in there.
Absolutely. There was a leadoff double. She's still stranded out at second base with 2 out now on a swing and a miss, strike 1.
You can see the vapor trail on that pitch.
Absolutely. Tenley Backup, when she gets going, I don't want to say she's unstoppable, but she's unstoppable. The 0-1. That's high. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. As Witterholt had to check her swing, she almost wanted to go chasing after that rise ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Top of the second inning, 4-0 Pointers. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Beautiful off-speed pitch by Tenley Backup, and now she's ahead in the count 1-2.
Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. They have a history of caring, understanding each family's unique, and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby, the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville.
Backup delivers the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Another Farmer's Implement strikeout to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Your score on the Shoebox scoreboard: Mineral Point 4, Johnson Creek 0. This is State Championship Softball on the Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Your health deserves care that's compassionate, personalized, and close to home. At Grant Regional Community Clinic, we're proud to welcome Deanna Cooley, family nurse practitioner. With a background in women's health and prenatal care, she provides care you can trust. From annual exams and preventive care to pregnancy, postpartum, and beyond. Deanna is here to listen, support, and help you feel your best every step of the way. Learn more at grantregional.com or call 608-723-2131 to schedule your appointment today. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
Hey students, start your financial journey the right way with People's State Bank. Get $100 for opening a People's checking account. This account includes free debit card, online and mobile banking, ATM fee rebates, and much more at no cost to you. Visit one of their branches to get your account set up and mention this ad to get this offer. The $100 bonus will be deposited into the account within 7 business days after the account has been active for 3 months. To be considered active, the account must have a minimum of 10 transactions that post and settle within the first 3 months of the account opening date. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Game brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and West End Salvage for recycling as well as construction, demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Also Northland Buildings, Russell Law in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings, major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint Lancaster. CJ ATM Service. See Chuck Schneering for all your business and large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. Breckler Insurance Group for all your insurance needs. See Steve Lindusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-Brands.com, also a sponsor.
With Rob Spangler, I'm John Satterley. On Dubuque Super Hits 106. Mineral Point coming up to the plate. The 9, 1, and 2 batters. Due up, Kendall Wegner, Matty Cabot, and Austin Kinch. And the first pitch is going to be dribbled toward the shortstop. Backhanded throw to first will be in time for out number 1.
Cole Acres Golf and Grill of Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Game brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and at AppliedMicro.com. And Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville.
Beautiful defensive play by Paige Swanson, the shortstop for Johnson Creek for out number 1. Now, Maddie Cabot, she's 0 for 1 as she flew out to center field in the bottom half of the first inning as she looks at a pitch just out of the zone for ball 1.
Medical Associates Clinic, your trusted tri-state healthcare leader, serving the Cuba City, Lancaster, and Platteville communities.
Douglas with the deal, and that's hammered foul just off the padding. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, they got the dogs on the back of the jersey. Maddie Cabot is a big dog, and she can hit the heck out of that thing, John. Even that fly ball out that she had, we talked about it, this close to being a homer. So watch out for Maddie Cabot.
Batting .489 with 5 dingers. That pitch is going to be in the zone for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the second and a 4-0 lead for Mineral Point on the shoebox scoreboard. As Tori Buglass will deal high for a ball. Count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Platteville, they power our audio stream. Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
The 2-2. Just out of the riverbank for ball 3. The count is run full.
Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask.
The payoff pitch down the third base line. Just foul. The third base umpire did not make the call. The home plate umpire was a little delayed on that. That was very close to being a fair ball.
I think that was the correct call, though. It did look foul, but it was close.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit high in the air. Down the line, left field. It's going to stay in play and be caught in foul territory for out number 2 as Rosalind Cheney strides over to make the catch. Now Austin Kinch will stride up to the dish.
Again, Maddie is just a little bit underneath a couple of these pitches, John, but she is close to absolutely crushing one.
You know, it's nice to hear that the PA announcer made a mistake, too. I feel better now with my mistakes being made. You know, perfection can never happen, but we try. That first pitch just out of the zone for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes, and that even got Tori in the pitcher's circle asking the umpire, going, where did that miss?
TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville sponsors.
That's going to be an off-speed pitch high for a ball quickly. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 out, bottom of the second, with Jaden Schultz in the on-deck circle, and she would be next.
Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets.
That pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full-service repair on cars and light trucks. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. Fenimore.
The 2-1. That is going to be just low for a ball. 3-1.
Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer. Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at Sloans.com.
Douglas will get her sign. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. In there, running the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on. Bottom of the second inning. Jaden Schultz hoping for an opportunity here in the second. And the payoff pitch. Foul tip will do it again.
Ouch. That one was fouled back to the catcher. I think it hit her in the thighs. Probably hurt a little bit. I saw her kind of wince, but she looks to be all right.
Well, I would be too. I'm kind of wincing just seeing that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bottom of the second inning, the payoff pitch. Ball for Wachter.
Game brought to you by Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher. Faust Electric of Lancaster and Fenimore, and Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring and stair installation or refinishing, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's in Benton.
First pitch to Schultz will be down the middle for a strike, trying to steal second, and will steal second is Oski Kinch. Go ahead.
What a great slide.
Mm-hmm.
That was a heads-up slide.
I think she just wanted to get her jersey dirty. Last time you're going to have Mom wash it, so why not? Kinch, she's 1 for 1 with a walk now. Jaden Schultz had a RBI double and scored a runner last time up. Now this is a slow dribbler to second. Underhand toss to first in time for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base through 2 completes. Mineral Point 4, Johnson Creek 0. The WIAA Division IV State Championship softball game from Goodman Diamond in Madison on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at GonnaNeedMilk.com. GONNA needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
People's State Bank for personal home business ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Also, Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Good News Garage in Platteville. They have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. And Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's over 40 years of professional, friendly service.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX FM Sageville, Dubuque, Platteville, a Queen Bee radio station from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth at Goodman Diamond in Madison. Rob Spangler, John Satterley with you with the WIAA Division IV State Championship softball matchup where Mineral Point leads Johnson Creek by a score of 4-0. As we go to the top of the third inning, the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Blue Jays. As it's Brooklyn Gunn, Kara Bohm, and Tori Buglas to face Tenley Backup, who has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of play.
Not bad at all. She did give up a hit last inning, but they minimized it. Obviously, the base runner was stranded at second, and they got out of it with no damage. So far, so good from Tenley Backup.
Well, Tenley has given up 64 hits on the season leading up to the state semifinal and now state championship game, where Buglas for Johnson Creek, she had given up 91 hits coming into this weekend's action. But now it's Brooklyn Gunn. 411 is her batting average coming into today's action. She has 14 runs driven in, 23 hits at 56 at-bats. And she looks at the first pitch high for a ball, 1-0.
You just hear that snap of the catcher's mitt when Tenley fires it in there. And, man, she throws with such great velocity.
And then she's able to just pull the string on the off-speed pitch. There's a heater for a strike. Count evens 1-1.
By the way, our SoundCloud channel is where you can find archived audio of our broadcasts. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center.
1 ball, 1 strike. Backup gets her sign, winds and deals. I'll be fouled straight back. Quickly in the hole, 1-2.
Game brought to you by Community First Bank. First for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC.
I give a shout out too to Matthew Gonin and helping out and doing the lead on Thursday night's game play-by-play with me on Super Hits 106.
Blair Bank. 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin.
He had previous commitments for today, or he would have been watching his alma mater play for a state title.
Hey, he's at Boys State, is that right?
Badger Boys State is what he's at. The 2-2. That'll be just a touch high, running the count full, 3-2. One thing you have to look at here, Rob, is right at the moment, you've got the number 8 batter, the designated player, running the count full, eating up some pitches. And that's going to be ball for Walker. Pitch was low. Well, and the walk of life being the music on that. Okay, I like that. That's good. Might have to remember that.
Bonus points.
Kira Bohm, the batter for the Blue Jays, batting .275 this season, 14 hits with 51 at-bats. She has 6 driven in. Here's the wind and the deal. Bunt laid down, and it will go foul on the left-hand side by the right-hand batter. No balls and 1 strike.
Ritchie implementing Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richesinc.com.
Backup's got such movement on her pitches, it's very hard to bunt off of her as well. Because not just up and down lateral movement, it's horizontal movement as well. The 0-1. The pitch is going to be fouled straight back on the bunt attempt. Now no balls and 2 strikes, and probably changes what Bohm is wanting to do.
Now, Badger Boys State, where Matthew Gannon is, what do they do there? I remember we discussed that yesterday.
Yeah, it's teaching you how government is supposed to be run.
Right. Also, is there a course there in how not to hate Duke?
I don't know. I think that's held in North Carolina, actually.
Oh, okay.
And probably in Raleigh. Here's the 0-2. That'll be fouled away. We'll do it again. 0-2. Definitely not held at Chapel Hill, I can tell you that. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the top of the 3rd inning on the shoebox scoreboard. 4-0. Mineral Point scored their 4 runs to lead off the game at the bottom of the 1st inning. Backup winds and deals. High for a ball, 1-2.
We kid, of course. If you or I could have gotten into Duke, we would have definitely.
Absolutely. Yep. But doesn't mean we still cannot dislike them for 2015. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Tenley Backup, earning her another Farmer's Implement strikeout. 5 strikeouts through the first 9 batters.
Not bad. Farmer's Implement and Mineral Point. At Farmer's Implement, service has been a tradition for over 40 years. They have what you need to get the job done, and so does Tenley.
Tori Buglas, the batter, batting .500 on the season. She was also a strikeout victim to lead off the game. Backup delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. She was underneath that one. She wasn't behind on it. She had the timing down really well, but didn't have the level on it. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. High fastball waving.
High cheddar, hard to lay off of that stuff.
High cheddar, low Munster. I don't know. Is it outside Swiss? I know they're cheesy, but we'll maybe figure something out. The 0-2. Just outside.
What's a Limburger? Stanky stuff.
Knuckleball?
Yeah. Stanky stuff.
Not just stinky, stanky. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Backup winds and deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Tenley Backup. Another Farmer's Implement strikeout. And now there's 2 away. Carey Armstrong coming up to the plate. And she was... Guess how she did her first inning?
How did she do in her first inning?
Her first at bat, she struck out.
Struck out?
Yeah, I was trying to lead you into that. Work with me here. Here's first pitch going to be driven high in the air to right field, but camping underneath of it to make the catch for the Mineral Point Pointers is Ada Tuttle, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning of this WIAA Division IV State Championship softball game from Goodman Diamond in Madison. The Mineral Point Pointers 4. The Blue Jays of Johnson Creek 0. This is State Tournament Softball on the Beach Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll keep it right here with Rob Spangler, John Satterley. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us for girls softball.
Absolutely. We thank our sponsors, K&A Transfer of Montfort, for all of your general freight and grain hauling needs. Call on K&A Transfer. Proud of Maddie Cabot and the Pointer softball team. Congrats on your accomplishments from K&A Transfer of Montfort. Also, Graney Electric in Platteville. They specialize in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring. For new construction, repairs, or maintenance, you can count on Graney Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. Upland Hills Healthcare you can count on right now, right here at home. Exceptional. Always close to home. From primary care to specialty services, we're committed to keeping our community healthy today and generations to come.
Yeah, we're slap happy. That's what happens when you have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to broadcast a couple of games. He's Rob Spangler. I'm John Satterley. And we have the comedy of our other co-workers that are sending us messages, listening in. You have to remember, there's always a method to the madness when we say some of these jokes. We want to see who's paying attention. But we do know it does cost a lot to pay attention. One thing that has happened, though, early on, the Mineral Point Pointers have definitely had all the attention of Tori Buglass, being able to get 4 runs on her on 5 hits in the first inning. Second inning, not so much. But now let's see with the heart of the order, the 4, 5, and 6 batters, Ada Tuttle, Tenley Backup, and Ava Ingwell stepping up to the plate to face Tori Buglass. And Rob, let's see if the Pointers can get back to their hitting ways, or is it like we see with other games, and that is the time to strike is that first inning.
Yeah, the first inning jitters.
Right. Maybe that's what was the case. We'll find out. As that swung on and missed, strike one.
And you got to give the pitcher for Johnson Creek credit, Tori Buglass, because she's really kind of settled in since that first inning.
Absolutely. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, that'll be high and outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. You look at some of the players for Mineral Point. Jaden Schultz, she's a cousin to the Sicey boys, one of whom that played for UW Platteville. There's a foul straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plus we have, the cousins, first cousins for Belmont and Mineral Point playing in today's state championship games with Tenley Backup and her first cousin as well playing for Belmont earlier. The 1-2. That's driven into right center field.
That's
and the base hit all the way to the wall. Rounding first. Heading to second is Tuttle. She's not slowing down. She's going to head to third with a stand-up triple.
Nice piece of hitting. And again, great base running, John. Again, she knew once she got to second that if they threw it to the cutoff, she could make it to third. And that's exactly what they did. She made it to third.
Leadoff triple for Ada Tuttle. Now Tenley Backup with a runner just 60 feet away from home. Up 4-0, looking for some insurance draws. She had a big hack at that one and missed strike 1.
Hoffman Electrical LLC in Mineral Point, specializing in agricultural, commercial, residential electrical service needs. Hoffman Electrical LLC, Mineral Point.
The 0-1. That'll be hit to the right side. That'll just drift foul. And now quickly 0-2. Tenley Backup is behind to the count.
Brian Steffes Construction is your local Wick Building dealer, Mineral Point in southwest Wisconsin, serving since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3.
Yeah, Tenley knew that one.
And that is a Farmers Implement strikeout. Second of the afternoon for Tori Buglass.
Need reliable local electrical work you can trust? AV Electric delivers quality service on time and on budget.
There's a bunt on the first base line. Everybody's going to be safe. And now rounding first, heading to second, and now getting caught up in a pickle. She will get to second and a run scores.
it does beg the question about running outside the baseline, but I don't think she did, John.
They ruled she did not go outside of the baseline. That's going to be ruled a fielder's choice. RBI for Ava Ingwell, and now the
the Blue Jays coach is trying to discuss what I just mentioned, going outside the baseline.
And I really don't think she did, to be honest with you. I don't think so.
It was close, but I would say
you have to have a little bit of wiggle room, but she was not.
It wasn't way off.
No, it was not. Absolutely not. Right now, the score stands at 5-0. The run will count.
The run will count, yes. The run will count.
Yep, regardless, the run will count. And just the look on the face of Logan Piat.
Well, you can tell the Johnson Creek fans are not happy.
Just look on the face of Logan Piat when he got the explanation, looking up to the sky while rolling his head. It explains everything. But it always seems like when it rains, it pours. If it seemed like everything could go for you, it seems to go that way. If it go against you, it also goes that way. Now Mineral Point with one away, runner on at second base. Leah Hoffman, the batter. She looks at the first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1.
You can call AB Electric today to power up with the pros. 608-732-5973. That's AB Electric.
No balls and one strike. 5-0. Mineral Point leads. Ground ball towards short. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time. Now throw over to third base. Safe at third.
Oh, boy.
And now going to appeal to the second base umpire. And they're going to say, no, that looked to me like she was out.
The ump closest to third base, which he's right there, must have seen something, John, because the throw was in time. But he must have seen the tag wasn't applied in time before she touched the bag. That's all I can think of, because the throw was in time.
It was. The throw beat her. The throw.
But you have to apply the tag.
Yep. It looked like it was, but they're saying no. Now the eighth batter, Chloe McVeigh, who was a strikeout victim, back in the first inning, up to the plate. She goes for a bunt attempt. Foul. It's 0-1.
David A. Meister, CPA in Darlington, wishes all area student athletes good luck. Like to thank their parents for the tireless efforts to make these games happen. David A. Meister, CPA in Darlington, will take care of your books so you can get back to running your business profitably.
2 out in the bottom of the third inning. The 0-1 now be bunted, but a pop-up and caught by the pitcher for out number 3. A little bit of controversy. Splash on, a run for the Mineral Point Pointers, and after 3, you have a score of 5-0. Mineral Point leading Johnson Creek. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick break and come back with the fourth inning after this timeout. You're listening to WIAA State Championship Softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
B&B Truck and Trailer Service in Cobb, Wisconsin. Your full-service heavy-duty diesel repair shop. Currently accepting outside customers that offer complete heavy-duty truck and trailer repair service. Contact them today, 608-341-0889. And Ivy Construction, family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate excavating company, Southwest Wisconsin. That's Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point.
From Goodman Diamond in Madison, WIAA Division IV State Championship softball matchup as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. The Blue Jays will send up the heart of the order. Libby Burbach, Taylor Fuglis, and Adigan Benz, the 3, 4, and 5 batters to try to figure out Pointer pitcher Tenley Baca. Rob, this has been a game that Mineral Point has been in firm control from the get-go, and it started with Tenley in the first inning, striking out the side, and then getting 5 hits in the bottom portion of the inning, scoring 4 runs. They've been in control and in cruise control as well from that point on.
Absolutely. Johnson Creek, though, they're probably thinking, we just need one big inning.
They do. They need a big hit from somebody. Of course, I know our listeners in the Mineral Point area saying, no, they don't really need that.
Right? I'm not saying we're rooting for it. I'm just saying.
And we're just observing it.
Yes.
But Tenley Baca will try to continue shutting down the Blue Jays offense. Swing and a miss, strike one to Burbach. She was a strikeout victim back in the first inning.
I don't know the way Tenley's throwing. I don't see that happening, but we'll see.
Well, stranger things have happened. That's why you play the games. Right now the score 5-0 in the top of the fourth inning. The pitch. High pop foul. Back out of
see
play.
If we got a fan catch? No.
Nope.
The guy with the mutton chops dropped it.
The mutton chops and the Brewer hat.
That's
the Johnson Creek side.
You bring shame to Brewers fandom. Shame, 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 shame.
You know who didn't? The Miz.
No.
Did you watch that game last night? Unreal. Pitch, that'll be driven into right field, but right at the right fielder for the Pointers.
You know, that right fielder out there, John, has made 2 great catches and just calm, cool, and collected. Like, she just slides right where she needs to be. That's the sign of someone who really knows how to play their position.
Yes, to end last inning and now to start this inning, knew exactly how to play it. Didn't go in, didn't go out, was able to take care of it. Now we're like something on the field. The umpire's going to grab. Debris? Speaking of breeze, the wind is blowing out 10 to 15 miles per hour after being completely still. Earlier on this morning, the wind has picked up as the afternoon has worn on. Tenley Baca getting her sign, taking quite some time. Now delivers. Swung on and missed for strike one.
It's almost unfair.
The movement on her pitches, you don't see that very often.
Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families since 1916. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville and Mineral Point.
I think you look at it, too, being just a sophomore. Pitch. That'll be hit high in the air, foul territory down the left field line, and the ball will drop harmlessly in between the third baseman and the shortstop. But again, the wind was blowing it around, but it was in foul territory.
Yeah, Kendall Winger, the third baseman, tried to get out there and got close, but not quite enough. Didn't get over enough to make the catch.
Right, it was halfway between where left field and third base would be, so it was a long run for any of them. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Baca winds and deals. That will be low for a ball, 1-2.
Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Baca winds, deals, popped up, left side, foul territory. Caught for out number 2. Parking underneath of it was Osti Kinch. 2 up, 2 down.
Nice play. Osti Kinch, the key is you got to rip that mask off immediately and then get set, and that's what she did.
Adigan Benz coming up to the plate. She is 1 for 1. She has a double. The lone base hit against Tenley Baca. Pitch is going to be swung on and missed at a changeup, 0-1.
Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist. Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 down, bases empty. Top of the 4th. That pitch will be high. Rise ball misses. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld, Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here.
Backup gets her sign and deals the 1-1. That's going to be just missing the corner. Outside, 2-1.
The old Ute call, just a bit outside. That was just off the edge.
That might have been one of those helmet tappers if you're looking at the major leagues. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
1906 Cocktail Bar and Wine Bar in Platteville. Pilling Electric Service and PE Pump Service in Montfort. Also a sponsor.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bases empty. Top of the 4th inning. Tenley Backup, she gets her sign. She winds. She deals. Ground ball, base hit left field. Seeing eye single in the 5.5 hole. And now with 2 out, there's a runner on. And now the only person to find a base hit.
Right?
Oh, actually, she's not the only one. Rosalind Cheney now the batter. Cheney, she popped out to third base her last time up. And this pitch is going to miss the zone for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville. Also Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Some ice cream sounds good today.
Oh, yes, it does. The 1-0. That's right down Broadway for a strike. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Got a runner on at first base. Adigan Benz. She's now 1 for 2. It was Taylor Bugles that had the hit previous. That ball's going to be hit high in the air, shallow center field, and caught by the Pointers for out number 3. Jaden Schultz parked underneath of it, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. On the shoebox scoreboard, Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. This is WIAA Division 4 State Championship Softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob, we have some great sponsors that are helping us to bring this game to you from Goodman Diamond in Madison.
Indeed. They include Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington, Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction, also McKeon Landscaping Services in Blanchardville.
By the way, saw Tyler here earlier rooting on Belmont of McKeon Landscaping Services. He didn't have to worry about doing anything over at Madison College because that field is all turf. And that's Goodman Field. This is Goodman Diamond. So I can see where people could get lost.
Absolutely. A few more sponsors. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, Illinois. First Response Excavation and Grading of Bloomington. Also Bender's Outdoors on the Square in Lancaster. Clear Reflections Window Cleaning Service of Platteville. Iverson Construction of Kieler. Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena. Lyle Financial Group in Platteville. Haverland Heating and Cooling of Cuba City. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby, Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com and see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. They offer a history of caring and understanding for each family that you're unique, and they'll honor your personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville.
And coming up to the plate for the Mineral Point Pointers, it will be 9-1-2 batters. Kendall Wenger. There we go. I'll say it right. Third time was a charm. Maddie Cabot and Austin Kinch due up to face Tori Bugles. First pitch is going to be outside for a ball, 1-0.
Not to be confused with 80s hair metal band Winger.
Oh, there you go. See, now they changed everything on the WIA website. I'll tell you that in just a moment. After this pitch is going to be out of the zone for a ball, 2-0. They're now saying 40 minutes following the D3 championship game is when the D2 game will take place. Same thing now at D3. Now they're saying 40 minutes instead of 30. That pitch is just going to miss the zone. 3 balls and no strikes.
Johnson Creek fans incredulous Big word. Not going to change the call, though.
No. The 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Game brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz. West End Salvage for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage, Lancaster.
The 3-1. That is going to be in there for strike 2. Count is now run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kendall Winger. And she grounded out to shortstop. Her first time up. Maddie Cabot is in the on-deck circle. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit high in the air. Left field, but playable. Caught for out number 1 by Rosalind Cheney.
Mineral Point has had some high pop-ups. Just getting underneath those pitches, and as I hate to beat a dead horse, but if they can just bring the barrel up, like you said, just a fraction of an inch, boom. I mean, it's probably a homer.
Very close to it. And we've seen that here from our current batter, Maddie Cabot, who's 0 for 2 as she has a fly out to center field and to left field. She looks at an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mineral Point leads on the shoebox scoreboard 5-0. That pitch is going to be in there for strike 2. Quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Northland Buildings is sponsor, so is Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. High, ball 1, 1-2.
Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Bryan's get the job done right for unexpected dings, major repair projects. Head to Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Lancaster.
Buglitz gets her sign, winds and deals. Ground ball toward the left side, base hit into left field. Seeing eye single for Maddie Cabot, her first hit of the afternoon.
That was misplayed for a moment, but Cabot's still going to stay at first.
1 out, 1 on now for Frosty Kinch. She's reached base both times. She doubled her first time up and scored a run. And then last time up, she walked and stole second. She's batting .562 on the season. And 39 runs batted in. She has scored 43 runs coming into this play. And there's a base hit to the left field line. Grounding second and actually going to be staying there is Cabot. And now there's 2 on with 1 out for the Pointers for the heart of the order coming up. Back-to-back base knocks. Jaden Schultz coming up to the plate.
CJ ATM Services. See Chuck Schneering for all your business large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook. Learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville.
Jaden Schultz has an RBI double and scored a run, and she's grounded out to second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
She fought hard not to swing at that one.
That's the thing with those eye-high fastballs or even change-ups. They look so close and they look so tempting. The pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Boy, Maddie Cabot has a monstrous lead off of second. Almost daring them to throw it.
Almost halfway to third base.
Really?
Almost reminds me of a league of their own. Lay off the high ones, but I like the high ones. There's another high one. 2-1. Again, we're 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. 5-0. Mineral Point leading Johnson Creek on the shoebox scoreboard. Heart of the order coming up for the Pointers. The pitch. Swung on and missed.
Big cut by Schultz. Game brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. For all your insurance needs, see Steve Lindusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on the pitch. High pop foul, back out of play. And
another drop by a Johnson Creek fan trying to one-hand hero ball it.
We saw that.
Instead, blown opportunity to be the cool guy in the stand who makes a catch.
Absolutely. Who cares if you use two hands? Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Farmers implement strikeouts.
WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com.
Ada Tuttle now stepping up to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Trying to help Mineral Point tack on a couple more insurance runs. Leading 5-0. Tori Buglass trying to get out of this jam. That pitch is going to be high for a ball, 1-0.
Cold Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, and at coldacresgolfandgrill.com.
1 ball, no strikes, the wind and the deal. That will be low and inside, ball 2, 2-0.
Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and at appliedmicro.biz.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 out. Buglass with the pitch. Ground ball right back to Buglass. She makes the field throw to first in time for out number 3. The Pointers threatened with 2 base hits, but they leave them stranded. We played 4 at Goodman Diamond in Madison. The WIAA Division IV State Championship game. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. This is high school softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Father's Day is the time to say thanks to Dad for all he does.
All the wisdom, like if you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about. Really?
How about, shut the door, were you born in a barn?
I always liked, if you kids don't stop fighting, I'm going to turn this car around right now.
How about, go ask your mother?
Hey, at least we won't have to ask Mom what we should get him for Father's Day. And it's nothing to cry about.
Coupon books are on sale now at Miracle Car Wash. Right now, get 5 washes for the price of 4. Buy 2 books and we'll give you a free upgraded wash of your choice. That's a savings of over $60. If you want to give Dad a little extra, the 6-month gold cards are on sale also. The 6-month gold card gives you unlimited washes for 1 vehicle for 6 months. So remember, get 5 washes for the price of 4. The Miracle Car Wash is locally owned and operated since 1960, 255 Locust and the West End on Holiday Drive. And yes, I have turned the car around.
Ooh, it's a miracle.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Live from Goodman Diamond in Madison for the WIAA Division IV State Championship softball game. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0.
Game brought to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Also, Medical Associates Clinic, your trusted tri-state healthcare leader, serving the Cuba City, Lancaster, and Platteville communities. Cunis, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Platteville, they power our audio stream. Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Are open Monday through Saturday at the Cunis in Platteville. Rosemeyer Wealth Management. They'll design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. And TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville.
This will wrap up our broadcast season for girls sports, but we still have games coming up on the Queen Bee Radio Sports channels coming your way at the beginning of next week. We'll have that for you coming up with state baseball. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Soraya Witterholtz. She's the 7 batter, so 7, 8, and 9. Brooklyn Gunn, Kara Bohm also due up to face Tenley Backup here in the top of the 5th inning in a 5-0 Mineral Point lead. That pitch is going to be low for a ball. Count even 1 ball and 1 strike.
Krantz Auto Parts, Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repairs on cars and light trucks. Krantz Auto Parts, Krantz Hardware do it best. Fenimore.
The 1-1 from Backup. Hit high in the air. That's in middle left field. And coming on to make the catch for out number 1 is Chloe McVeigh.
Yeah, this is good defense, good communication too. The center fielder was there as well. She called her off and made a nice catch.
Brooklyn Gunn stepping up to the plate. No official at bat as she reached via the walk. Tenley Backup gets her sign, winds and deals. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Maybe not as many strikeouts in this one, Rob, for Tenley Backup, but she has been still about just as unhittable.
She's been bringing the smoke, there's no question.
It's hard to time her up because of the way she's able to change speeds. That pitch is going to miss, just misses the zone high and outside for a ball.
Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or finishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area.
The 1-1, swung on and missed, strike two, change up.
Pulled the string.
Absolutely.
Pulled the string.
Really pulled the string. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Backup winds and deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, dropped the ball over to first in time for out number 2. Now coming up to the plate, Kira Bohm.
Sloan Implement is your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com.
Coming up on Tuesday on X1071, 9 a.m., Potosi-Cassville versus Reedsville in Division 4 state semifinal baseball. His first pitch is going to be just off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And then later on, 97.7 Country WGLR, Dodgeville versus St. Croix Falls, approximately 4:30 with Steve Pressegard and Tyler Dictanis. That pitch is right in there for a strike count, evens 1-1.
Yeah, hope for good weather at up in Appleton.
Absolutely. Hopefully nothing crazy like it was around here on Thursday. The 1-1. Ground ball toward third. Fielded cleanly, throw to first in time. That's for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Tenley Backup and the Pointers. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning with your score. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. This is the WIAA Division 4 State Championship Softball game from Goodman Diamond in Madison on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. With Rob Spangler, I'm John Satterley, keeping it here, Rob, and letting everybody know that, again, our schedule coming up on the Queen Bee family of radio stations, X1071, 8:40 a.m. on Tuesday the 16th. Potosi-Cassville versus Reedsville. Then on 97.7 Country WGLR, Dodgeville versus St. Croix Falls, approximately 4:30. And then state championship games, hopefully. If Potosi-Cassville would win, they would play at 9 o'clock on Thursday the 18th. And if Dodgeville would win on Tuesday, they would play for a state title just past 12 noon on Thursday. And that will wrap up the 2025-2026 sports season, Rob, which we've had a chance to go to state for virtually every sport. We had Darlington for football back in the fall. Got to see
I still contend, though, this is my favorite venue to call a game from, regardless of sport.
You know, it's hard for me to disagree with you because you go to Camp Randall Stadium, it's so far away. You know, you don't have an intimate. You know, the wave being started here by Mineral Point, you know, the fans. I mean, just the intimate gathering and setting. You know, we're so big with Kohl Center. So, you know,
yeah, and I'm not disrespecting those venues. They're great. Even the Resch Center in Green Bay is great. Mm-hmm. But I just, you know, the sun's out, the weather's beautiful.
Get fried.
And you get to watch softball in a just wonderful setting here. At the UW campus. Nothing beats it to me.
Absolutely. We got to go see at state for girls basketball. You know, baseball going to state. We have softball, all of our wrestlers. You know, 2025-2026 has been a very successful season in Southwest Wisconsin.
Really has. Great athletics.
Tenley Backup will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning in a 5-0 game. She is pitching a scoreless 2-hitter.
I should give a shout out to my oldest daughter. She's a state champion as well.
There you go. Bunt foul.
In Tier 1 hockey, her Madison Capitals brought home the 19U state championship.
Yeah, speaking of, yeah, absolutely. Who are you rooting for in the Stanley Cup? The Stanley Cup, who are you rooting for?
I think she's rooting for Carolina. I don't know.
That pitch is going to be
Carolina or Vegas?
At the bottom of the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carolina? Gotcha. Because, I mean, who would think hockey's still going on with weather like this? That's why I say that.
Know, it's 100 degrees in Las Vegas right now.
I know. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's a Farmers Implement strikeout as Tenley Backup will sit down, struck out for her second time in this contest. Ava Ingwell will come up to the plate.
Although you got to admit, if it's 100 degrees, wouldn't it feel nice to go inside to an ice rink?
Oh, absolutely. First pitch is going to be high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Ava Ingwell. She had an RBI double and scored a run her first time up.
Game brought to you by Baus Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Pusher. Baus Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore.
The pitch is going to be catching the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. We do kind of delay on that call because we see the umpires do delay their call. And they're close enough where you don't want to assume. The 1-1, that's lifted high in the air on the infield and caught for out number 2. Fighting the sun was Paige Swanson, but she ends up making the catch for 2 away.
People's State Bank for personal home, business, ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC.
Leah Hoffman coming up to the plate for the Pointers. Nobody on. 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch, that's roped into center field, but a diving catch is made. A diving catch by Soraya Witterholt robs Leah Hoffman of a base hit. And that is how the 5th inning comes to an end. A 1-2-3 inning through 5 complete from Goodman Diamond in Madison. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. This is WIAA State Championship Softball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Hey students, start your financial journey the right way with People's State Bank. Get $100 for opening a People's checking account. This account includes free debit card, online and mobile banking, ATM fee rebates, and much more at no cost to you. Visit one of their branches to get your account set up and mention this ad to get this offer. The $100 bonus will be deposited into the account within 7 business days after the account has been active for 3 months. To be considered active, the account must have a minimum of 10 transactions that post and settle within the first 3 months of the account opening date. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Celebrate summer. This is Courtney with Potosa Spa. We have the perfect service to celebrate the season. Indulge in an ultimate pampering session with our coconut lime and pineapple infused body scrub and Beyond Bliss facial. Top off this incredibly tropical experience with a deliciously refreshing strawberry or lime margarita. You don't want to miss out on this one. Schedule your appointment at 563-588-5570. Make it a spa day at Potosa Spa inside Hotel Julian Dubuque.
Game brought to you by Pake's Automotive in Lancaster and Good News Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle top running condition. Also, Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes local athletes. Gary's has over 40 years of professional friendly service. We're in good spirits. Pointers are up 5-0. Feeling pretty good, aren't they, John?
That they are. But this game has been exactly what we thought it would be, minus the first inning. We thought it would be a pitcher's duel, thought it would be, 2 teams that would be fighting for every single hit and every single run. And honestly, if it wasn't for Mineral Point's 4 runs in that first inning, it would be 1-0. You think then this has been a real good game by Tori Buglis after giving up those 4 runs. Yeah. On 5 hits in the first inning, she's only given up 3 hits
those
in 1
first innings jitters.
Yes.
That can doom a team.
A lot of people here probably thought that this might have been 10-run and over by now, the way the first inning started, but not the case. First pitch going to be popped up and caught for out number 1 as Tori Buglis, she popped it up, popping out of her stance, and making the catch was Austin Kinch for out number 1.
Second baseman, Carey Armstrong.
Carey Armstrong, the batter. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right field. Tenley Backup, she has pitched a gem to this point. That pitch going to be lifted high in the air. Foul territory by first base. Out number 2. Pop out to Leah Hoffman.
By the way, SoundCloud is where you can find archived audio of our broadcasts. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center.
I don't want to say you lose track of things, but Johnson Creek is down to their final 4 outs. Yeah. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Nobody on and 2 away.
Yeah, this is getting to be, it's not desperation time yet. That will be next inning, but it's getting there.
But right now, they're trying to figure out the puzzle that is Tenley Backup. The 0-1. That's going to be high for a ball.
Community First Bank. Go ahead.
That's right. I was just saying 1 ball, 1 strike.
Community First Bank. First for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com.
That ball can be foul out of play.
Can we get a catch? No.
Actually, it bounced off of 2 railings. That you don't normally see. Here's one thing to tell you. 2 hits given up today by Tenley Backup. She gave up 3 hits to Marathon. No runs. 5 hits have been given up through 12 innings. Called strike 3. Make it 13 innings. Farmers Implement strikeout ends the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with your score. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. Back after this timeout on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
There's a moment when someone needs help and everything else fades away. As an EMT, you step into that moment with training, confidence, and purpose, knowing your skills can change the outcome. This fall, Southwest Tech is offering EMT 1, EMT 2, and AEMT training in locations throughout Southwest Wisconsin, including Cobb, Dickeyville, Lone Rock, Lancaster, Dodgeville, and Fenimore. Courses begin in August with flexible virtual learning and hands-on evening training designed to support local EMS volunteers and future healthcare professionals. Visit swtc.edu/EMT.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mineral Point 5, Johnson Creek 0. Rob Spangler, John Satterley joining you from Goodman Diamond in Madison. And Rob, I was just looking at some stats for Tenley Backup. Here through 13 innings of play, she's only given up 5 hits and 3 walks in 13 innings. This
sensational.
You talk about player of the game,
MVP,
most valuable player. You have to start looking at her being the player of the tournament.
Yeah.
All divisions, not just Division 4. All divisions putting up numbers like that. And she's just 3 outs away from helping to secure a state championship for the Mineral Point Pointers. Pointers coming up to the plate, and it will be the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Chloe McVeigh, Kendall Wenger, and Maddie Cabot. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Just got an update about this. The Belmont softball team will have a reception at Bond Park when the team gets back between 2 and 3 p.m. this afternoon.
The pitch, that's going to be bunted, but caught by the pitcher.
Game brought to you by Claire Bank, 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin.
Well, Haji's just right next to us here on the left. You could probably ask him. He is right here next to us.
Yes, he is. Ritchie Implement, Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory for employment opportunities at richiesInc.com.
Up to the plate, Kendall Wenger. She will rip a base hit to the left field line. Rounding first, heading for second. There'll be a play. She's in there, safe for the double.
Nice slide. Game brought to you by Farmers Implement and Mineral Point. At Farmers Implement and Mineral Point, their service has been a tradition for over 40 years. They have what you need to get the job done right. And also K&A Transfer in Montfort. For all your general freight grain hauling needs, call on K&A Transfer. Proud of Maddie Cabot and the Pointer softball team. Congrats on your accomplishments from K&A Transfer Montfort.
Speaking of Maddie Cabot, .489 batting average, 1 for 3 in the state championship game. She steps up to the plate with a runner on at second. There'll be a ground ball to third, fielded cleanly, throw to first in time. Advancing to third, and the ball's thrown away. Coming home and scoring will be Kendall Wenger. It's now 6-0 Pointers.
Little insurance offense. Wild throw. Game brought to you by Granny Electric in Platteville, specializing in residential, agricultural, commercial wiring. For new construction repairs or maintenance, you can count on Granny Electric to make your electrical concerns go away.
And you're going to have to call that an error on the first baseman, throwing that over to third, because there's no way that Wenger would have scored.
Nope.
Now there are 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Mineral Point leading 6-0. Austin Kinch, the batter. That pitch is going to be bottom of the zone for a strike. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Upland Hills Healthcare. Healthcare you can count on right here at home. Exceptional care, always close to home, from primary care to specialty services.
That pitch is going to be hit high in the air, deep center field, and making the catch. Route number 3 is Soraya Wiederholt. 3 outs away from a state championship. Mineral Point 6, Johnson Creek 0. Back after this on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
This summer, spend your Thursday nights at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in Dubuque. June through August, we're open every Thursday until 8 p.m. with discounted admission starting at 4. Enjoy music, food, and a cash bar out on the plaza. Visit Narwhal, revealing an Arctic legend, and Paw Patrol Adventure Play, or catch an evening showing of our 4D films. Make Thursday nights your summer tradition at the River Museum. Sponsored by TH Media.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number 1. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number 1.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Game brought to you by Hoffman Electrical LLC. Mineral Point, specialize in agricultural, commercial, residential electrical service needs. Hoffman Electrical, Mineral Point. Also, Ryan Steffes Construction and your local WIC building dealer, Mineral Point, serving all of southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. If you need reliable electrical work, you can count on AV Electric. Delivers quality service on time and on budget for homes, farms, and businesses. Call AV Electric today and power up with the pros, 608-732-5973. And David A. Meister, CPA Darlington, wishing all area student-athletes good luck. They'd like to thank their parents for their tireless efforts to make these games happen. David A. Meister, CPA, Inc. in Darlington. They'll take care of your books. You can get back to running your business profitably. Also, B&B Trucks and Trailer Service in Cobb, Wisconsin. Your first full-service heavy-duty diesel repair shop. Currently accepting outside customers and offering complete heavy-duty truck and trailer repair services. Contact them today, 608-341-0889. And finally, Ivy's Construction, Inc., family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company, southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point.
Top of the 7th inning, Taylor Bouglis. She is a number 4 batter. She is also the starting catcher. Adigan Benz, Rosalind Cheney, the 4, 5, and 6 batters, trying to start a rally for Johnson Creek, but they're trying to solve the puzzle of Tenley Backup. She, meaning Tenley Backup, is 3 outs away from giving Mineral Point a state championship. First since 2013. The 1-0. That's low for a ball, 2-0.
Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at ritchiesinc.com.
2 balls, no strike to Bouglis, who's batting .470 on the season. The pitch. High for a ball, 3-0.
Farmers Implement in Mineral Point. At Farmers Implement in Mineral Point, they have service, and it's been a tradition for over 40 years. They have what you need to get the job done right.
3 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Backup. Swung on and fouled back. Green light.
Community First Bank, first for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC.
Just remember, Tenley Backup, she is just a sophomore. 2 more years people have to put up with her. The 3-1. Ball for Wachter.
Clare Bank, they have 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin.
That was only the second walk issued by Tenley Backup here in this state championship. Only the 4th walk issued over 2 games, over 13 plus innings. Pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1.
Boy, Tenley, what a game she is having.
Madigan Benz coming into today's game, batting .506. She is 1 for 2. The pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field, and it will be down for a base hit. Runners are on at first and second. Nobody out. 2 for 3 now this afternoon for Madigan Benz.
This might be a time, yep, I was thinking that exactly. This might be a time to settle down. And Mineral Point's going to have a little mini conference. Nothing to panic about here.
Absolutely
but
not.
This is just that time as a coach. You come in and you just settle them down.
Especially when you hear the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd starting to get into it. You can hear all the commotion. Everybody on Johnson Creek, they are all standing. They are all into every single pitch, trying to just will their team to come back into this game being down 6-0. They know it is a daunting task, but one they feel their team can make. No different than the same optimism I showed for Belmont being down 10 in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, I love that optimism, by the way. You can bottle that up.
You know, sometimes you have to be an eternal optimist. Rosalind Cheney swings at the first pitch. Center field, caught for out number 1, and nobody advances. 1 pitch, 1 out after the meeting at the mound, pitcher's circle. So there you go.
Maddie Cabot just seeing it, watches it all the way into her glove. Great defense.
Soraya Witterholt stepping up to the plate. She is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Tenley Backup winds and deals. Fouled straight back 0-1. Shoebox scoreboard, Mineral Point 6. Johnson Creek 0. 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Pointers. No runs on 3 hits with 1 error for the Blue Jays. Tenley Backup will get her sign. She winds and deals. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Ridiculous.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. A leadoff walk. And then a single. That's how Johnson Creek have gotten their base runners. First time all game they've had runners on at first and second. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled to right side, foul and out of play. We'll do it again, no balls and 2 strikes. Only the second time the entire game, and you have to go back to the leadoff double in the second inning for anybody for Johnson Creek to be at second base. No balls, 2 strikes to Witterholt. Backup winds and deals. She checks swing, go look, appeal down to first. She's out. And now the Pointers are 1 out away from a state title. That was a Farmers Implement strikeout. Brooklyn Gunn trying to extend Johnson Creek's season.
All the Pointer fans rise to their feet.
The pitch. Ball is low. It gets away. It's a wild pitch. Everybody will advance to second and to third. And for the first time all game, Rob, there's a runner at third base. And it took until 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning and a wild pitch for a Johnson Creek Blue Jay to be at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Tenley Backup gets her sign and deals. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, top 7. Mineral Point 6. Johnson Creek 0. The sophomore, Tenley Backup, in the circle. Gets her sign. Winds and deals. Just low for a ball, 2-1. Pointer side, they thought it was a strike.
Yep.
It was one of those that you could say it looked like it, but that has been called consistent all game long. That low pitch has not been a strike.
The catcher, Osti Kent, she just held it there.
Mm-hmm.
Just held it.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 out. Backup winds, deals. That misses the zone as well. 3-1. Now these pitches are not missing by much at all. Brooklyn Gunn, the batter. Kara Baum is in the on-deck circle, wanting an opportunity. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And the Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Runners on at second and third. 2 out. Quick meeting at the circle between Osti Kinch and Tenley Backup. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Tenley Backup gets her sign, winds in the payoff pitch. Pitch is going to be a check swing. They appeal. Ball 4 Walker, and the bases are loaded.
Now that pitch was high. The question was the check swing.
Kira Bohm will step up to the plate with the bases loaded. 6-0 Mineral Point with the lead. Top of the 7th. And 2 out. Backup winds and deals. Low inside for a ball. 1-0. Nobody here is sitting. Backup delivers. Called strike 1. Right at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bohm. Batting .275 this season. She has 6 RBI. The bases are loaded full of Blue Jays. The 1-1. Fouled back. Strike 2. Once again, Johnson Creek down to their final strike. Bases are loaded. 2 out. Bohm at the dish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tenley Backup gets the sign, winds and deals. Fouled. We'll do it again. Off the handle.
That one was right at the fists.
Tori Buklis in the on-deck circle, hoping for an opportunity. The pitch just missing outside of the river, the outside portion of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bases are loaded. 6-0 Mineral Point with the lead. Tenley Backup gets her sign and delivers. Called strike 3. The Mineral Point Pointers are 2026 Division IV state champions. A fastball at the knees, called strike 3. And Tenley Backup pitches another masterpiece. A 3-hit shutout en route to the 2026 Division IV State Championship for the Mineral Point Pointers as they defeat Johnson Creek 6-0.
Wow, what a game, what a performance. It was a total team effort, but it's obvious that Tenley Backup absolutely dominated in the circle today, John.
We will have our post-game show presented by Tri-State Roofing LLC as the teams meet and they hug each other right away. Both teams, ton of respect for each one. We will have your most valuable players, your Tri-Core turning point, your West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. We'll also bring you the trophy presentation, the names that they all get their medals. That's all coming your way in our post-game show in just a few minutes. Mineral Point, state champions, defeating Johnson Creek 6-0. You heard it all right here on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Kohl's Father's Day gifts are so good, Dad won't be able to stop bragging about them. To his friends, to his barber, to the server who did not ask. He'll even brag to you, the person who literally bought it for him. From comfy polos to stylish shoes and more, plus 20% off across the store. Get gifts Dad'll be talking about for months at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. You've been warned. Select styles. Offer ends June 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
My name is Megan Klingenberg. I was a professional soccer player for over 10 years, and like most players, I gotta be honest, I have some baggage when it comes to referees. I wanted to know, who are these refs? What kind of person gives up their weekend to call fouls and hand out cards? Why do they do it? So this time on the U.S. Soccer Podcast, I'm going to referee camp. The U.S. Soccer Podcast presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Mineral Point Pointers are Division IV state champions in softball, defeating Johnson Creek Blue Jays by a score of 6-0. 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Mineral Point. Johnson Creek, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Unbelievable job by Tenley Baca. She allowed 6 hits over 2 games at state. In the state semifinal and state championship game, she walked 4. Gave up no runs. Unbelievable. We'll have the post-game show coming your way next on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing postgame show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Call us for free inspections on wind and hail damage. We do ag, home, and commercial metal applications. See our team for rubber membrane installation too. Tri-State Roofing offers several types of shingle applications, including impact-resistant shingles to guard against hail. All options are top-of-the-line products from reputable manufacturers and installed by our certified roof techs. Call Tri-State Roofing today.
Burgers, brats, and fries, oh my! Bell Tower Theater has a way to satisfy your cravings for classic summer food and help a great cause. The 14th Annual Burger Night is Thursday, June 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Asbury Eagles Club. Proceeds benefit the free summer musical program shows She Kills Monsters and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Advance tickets can be purchased at belltowertheater.net or at the door. Bell Tower Theater's Burger Night at the Asbury Eagles Club is June 18th.
Winter was hard on many things, including your garage door. Now's a good time to think about replacing your old garage door with help from Overhead Door Company of Dubuque on Cedar Cross Road. Overhead Door's large selection of products is sure to include doors to enhance the look of your home. Since 1982, the Red Ribbon Guys have offered the finest in residential, commercial, and agricultural garage doors. Call the Red Ribbon Guys today at 563-582-3020. Overhead Door Company of Dubuque. If it's the red ribbon, it's the right one.
Here to come forward as their name is read.
Dubuque Super Hits 106, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. The Mineral Point Pointers are state champions, defeating Johnson Creek by a score of 6-0. We hope to be talking to our scrappers of the game, presented to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Most Valuable Players presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington, and of course our Tri-Core Turning Point, presented by Tri-Core Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tri-Core Insurance.
Rosalind Cheney.
Where they will call the names.
Kieler Douglas.
For Mineral Point, we will make sure to bring that to you.
Liz Black.
Let's go through some stats as we are getting everything set up. We will be talking with a couple of the 2026 state champion Mineral Point Pointers. Taking a look at stats here from this contest. Temley Backup in this contest, she had 5 strikeouts through the first time through the batting order. Second time through the batting order, she had 1 strikeout. Third time through the batting order, she had 3 strikeouts. So 9 strikeouts in today's contest.
And Soraya Winterholt
for Temley Backup. Add that to the 14 strikeouts on Thursday evening. 23 strikeouts for the sensational sophomore, Temley Backup. Batting today, it was that first inning that really did it. And we'll get Rob Spangler in here in just a moment. But our Tricor turning point, I'm confident in just saying this right now. Tricor Insurance plans built for you, your family, your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. That was that first inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. 8 to the plate. After that, Mineral Point only had 4 more hits the rest of the game and 1 run. And that 1 run, there's going to be 2 runs. My apologies. There's 1 run in the 3rd inning and 1 run in the 6th inning. Now let's go ahead and go to the field for the presentation of the individual medals for the Mineral Point Pointers as they get their championship medals. First ones since 2013. Yes, Steve, I actually do agree with you on that one. The Johnson Creek batters, Johnson Creek batters were up a creek without a paddle today. You know what? I will agree with you on that one. That was. I agree. Let's go ahead and go to the field.
Individual medal from the 2026 WIAA Division 4 State Champion, Mineral Point Pointers. Temley Backup, Ada Tuttle, JC Tibbetts, Kendall Winger, Chloe McVeigh, Jaden Schultz, Leah Hoffman, Sadie Miller, Ava Ingwell, Maddie Covitz, Sophie Miller, Austin Kinch, and Stephanie Wallace. Will Coach Quinn Schultz please come forward to receive the trophy for the champion Mineral Point Pointers.
Coach Schultz has handed the trophy to his team as they run down the third base line holding the gold ball. The Mineral Point Pointers are state champions. With Dan Pfeiffer on the PA, announcing the Mineral Point Pointers as state champions. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll have our most valuable players and scrapper of the game. We'll get Rob Spangler to join us as well in just a moment. Mineral Point 6, Johnson Creek 0. It's our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Clean View Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. The Mineral Point Pointers defeating the Johnson Creek Blue Jays by a score of 6-0. Rob Spangler, John Satterley with you here at Goodman Diamond, and I will tell you one thing, Rob, about this one is Mineral Point jumped out. I've already named it our Tricor turning point of the game. It was the first inning.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to have a turning point when.
But that was so clear cut.
It was. 4 runs, 5 hits.
Yeah, and 3 up, 3 down, all 3 via the K. From Tenley. I said it at the time, but you really couldn't ask for a much better first for both the top and the bottom half of the inning for Mineral Point.
The only way you could ask for better, just say 10 runs.
Yeah, right.
And you have a 10-run rule after 5. That's the only way you do better.
Yeah.
But at state championship, you have a 1-2-3 inning, 3 strikeouts, turn around, send almost the entire lineup to the plate, end up sending 8 instead of 9. But then 4 runs on 5 hits, especially how dominant Tenley Buckup has been. This, not just this season, but this is one for I don't want to say record books, but one that's going to be remembered by a lot of point
and
nation.
She's only
a sophomore.
Wow. That's just, what can you say?
Usually
you're only losing 2 seniors.
You normally have performances like this by seniors.
Looks like they're coming. I will be right back, John.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Rob Spangler going to get our most valuable players presented to you by Herbst & Days Hardware and Home Center Bloomington, plus our scrapper of the game presented to you by West End Salvage. So Rob trying to do some of that for us. I'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors here on Dubuque Super Hits 106. And yes, we are being joined by our most valuable players. And we gotta go with seniors on this, right? Maddie Cabot joining us here. Maddie, state champion. How does it feel?
I'm still in shock. I don't know. It's a feeling that no one can experience. I don't know.
First time the Pointers have done this since 2013, but being able to do it with this group and as dominant as you did, what is this feeling of actually having a game in, too? Instead of having to wait like you did Thursday.
Yeah, it was insane. The weather was so beautiful today compared to Friday when we played. I don't know. I don't know. It's just amazing. I don't know. I feel so alive right now. I don't know. It's something you can't experience without experiencing it. I don't know.
No, it is something that everybody should, but it takes so much hard work to get here. 4 years graduating high school, and now you get to cap it off with a state championship. Did it feel like you had graduated yet because you had your ceremony, but yet you're still playing high school ball?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little hard. Yeah, that we're still playing and stuff and graduating. It's a great way to go out. I'm so glad to do it with these girls, and this has been the goal the last 2 years. So finally to accomplish it is just amazing, and I'm so proud of this group.
Talk a little bit about Tenley being the pitcher. She just had a dominant weekend here. I know it's weekend now, but Thursday and today. What is it like to play behind her, knowing that she really doesn't give much up?
She may be younger than me, but hey, we all look up to her, and she's one of the best on the team. She goes in there so calmly, but also so aggressive, and she'll make you go and swing for anything. Her ball moves so great, and she's just great person, great teammate, great athlete.
And you get a best seat in the house being in center field as well.
Yeah.
How much was the wind affecting the ball out there? Did you notice much?
No, not really. It kind of just where it was going is where it was going, but the wind was blowing out, so played a little bit deeper than we usually do, so the ball pushing it a little bit more, but yeah. Thanks to Coach, he always tells us where the wind's blowing, and we always position ourselves where he puts us. So,
talk about that first inning, being able to score 4 runs on 5 hits. What did that mean for everybody in the dugout to be able to get that lead and be up 4-0 after 1 inning of play?
I just think how anxious we were. We just got on the ball right away. Just great start. Wanted to get out there, start playing, and hey, we started out with like 3 or 4 doubles, and we just kept rolling with it. It's a great way to start and way to boost our confidence to keep us in the game. But yeah, we put the bat on the ball great today. That's one of our strengths as the Pointers. We're a great hitting team and a great fielding team.
Well, and not just a great hitting team, not just a great fielding team, but now a state championship team. Maddie, congratulations on winning the gold ball. Well, I guess you say the gold figurine, I guess. You can't say gold ball. It's, what is it?
Yeah.
A gold figurine.
Person, yep.
Congratulations on winning the gold. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maddie Cabot, one of our players of the game, presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. And now we are being joined. Let me see, who do we got with us now?
Jaden Schultz.
Jaden, congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, we wanted to make sure we got the seniors to be able to talk up here, and now you're a state champion. Does it feel real yet?
I don't think it's quite hidden yet. I mean, to be able to do it alongside my best friends and under my dad, it's just an amazing feeling. Great to go out on top.
Talk about that first inning, how everybody just went out, the 1-2-3 inning that we saw from Tenley, and then getting the bats going. Talk about that inning, how it just decided to just snowball out of nowhere.
I mean, after having to wait so long to play Thursday night, we were all ready to go right off the bus, right up bright and early this morning, and to be able to play in the field behind Tenley Buckup, I mean, it's amazing. She's so good. She's so confident, and she'll be an amazing player her junior and senior year. And then after those first 3 outs, we went in the dugout, and we were, like, so hype, and we just had each other's back. We know the person behind us is just going to have our back, so we just kept hitting.
Take us through that RBI double that turned out to be the game-winning hit, winning 6-0. Take us through that RBI double.
I mean, just doing it for my teammates. That's about it.
Getting a chance to hold on to that gold trophy. What did that moment mean for you, and did it live up to the expectations, knowing you've always had that dream of being a champion?
Oh, definitely. All the work that we put in behind the scenes. I mean, Monday when it's downpouring, we're outside practicing as a team, having fun, laughing, and then all of those memories and moments just come into play right in the circle here. So.
And then getting another moment, too, like that, having to wait until 9:30 to play at Madison College for your state semifinal game, not ending the game until almost 10 after 11. Take us through that day.
It was crazy. I've never warmed up so many times in my life. We got ready to play, and then we would have to stop, and then we stopped someplace at a different facility, got some practice in on the turf, and then it starts downpouring, and then there's rainbows. It was crazy weather, and then just many emotions, and we were just so ready to battle that night.
Jaden, congratulations. You can take it to your cousins, the Sices, too, a little bit and say, hey, look what I got.
Yep.
I don't want to say rub it in, but yeah, rub it in.
Yep, a little bit.
Jaden, congratulations on being state champion.
Thank you.
Jaden Schultz, one of our most valuable players, presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Now we're going to be joined by, I guess, do we say Coach Quinn Schultz, or do we just say Dad after that one?
Today it's both. Today I'm in dual role, coach, father first, coach second, but I could not be more proud of this team. It's been an awesome year.
Talk about everything you went through when it came to having to go with the delays on Thursday to not playing until 9:30 just because of Mother Nature, and then here, having a little bit of a delay once again between Division 5 and Division 4. Take us through that, how you're able to keep the composure on a very young team.
Well, we sort of preached after the sectional final game, it's whoever, whatever, whenever, right? So with these delays, the girls just want to play. They want to play. It doesn't matter where we play, who we play, what time at night we're going to play. They did a tremendous job of keeping their focus and being ready to compete no matter when we played. and that's on the team. I mean, we can prepare them for all the scenarios that we might face, but our senior leadership, I tell you what, they're awesome. My 2 seniors this year, awesome job keeping everybody focused on what our goal was.
Talk about Tenley Backup. We got to talk about her. She's definitely one of our MVPs. She gives up 6 hits over 2 games, only 4 walks, 23 strikeouts, and she's only a sophomore. How she was able to rally this team together and even have seniors saying we look up to her even though she's younger than us. Talk about that type of ball player.
Tenley's put a lot of time in, and I would not trade her in for any pitcher in the state. Her composure, no matter what the situation is, I mean, I ask her all the time, how you feeling, and it's the same look, right? Focused, competitive, and she is awesome. As everybody could see today, and if you followed us all year, she's been great in the circle. Hey, everybody knows softball, right? You have a great pitcher, it's easier to win.
Right.
We don't have to make as many hard plays. We just have to make the routine plays, and that's what we preached all year. And, she does a great job in the circle, keeping the batters off balance. And our defense is very good.
Starting the season out of state and going 3-3, then back into Wisconsin, you only have 1 hiccup, and that was against Fenimore in the last regular season game. What has this journey been like, to be able to go from March, having your first practice, to now here in the middle of June, being able to hoist a championship trophy and winning your final game?
This was a goal for this team, and I know it's a goal for a lot of teams, but they were laser focused on this was the goal, right? It's a business trip. We talked about that all year, right? And this was the end of our business trip. But to start it in Alabama, Wisconsin teams, if you've never been down there, I would go down there. If you can win a game, okay, you have a pretty good team. And we went 3-3 down there, so we knew we had something special, and it just carried all the way through the year, and we got better and better as the year went on.
Absolutely. It ends up with I'd say a gold ball, but a gold trophy. Coach Quinn Schultz, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for giving us access to your team, talking to the seniors. And hey, if you say you're not a favorite next year, I think that people didn't watch what happened this year. So who knows? We might be having deja vu all over again 1 year from today.
I hope so. I hope to see it. And thank you for all the coverage. We really do appreciate it. It's been awesome, and hope to see you here again next year.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is head coach Quinn Schultz of the Mineral Point Pointers, state champion Mineral Point Pointers. We'll take one more break, and we'll come back and wrap up our softball season with Queen Bee Radio after this timeout. The Mineral Point Pointers are state champion of 2026 after a 6-0 victory over Johnson Creek. Back after this on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
You want to give your baby everything, so start with a safe sleep area. Babies younger than 1 should always be placed to sleep on their backs on a firm and flat surface like a safety-approved crib. And keep blankets, pillows, and other soft or loose items out of the crib when the baby is in it. Learn more about safe sleep for babies at safetosleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
A fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt. At up to 100 times more potent than morphine, the tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The Mineral Point Pointers are 2026 softball state champions of Division IV after a 6-0 victory. I'm John Satterley with Rob Spangler. And Rob, we just heard from our most valuable players that were presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP. For the next project in your home, go to Hermson's in Bloomington and Platteville. And those 2 interviews that we had for you, Maddie Cabot and Jaden Schultz. I think we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. Our scrapper of the game presented by West End Salvage. The player who was hustling, scrapping, and stood out and tried to lay the opponent to waste by West End Salvage. Lancaster, that's Tenley Backup then.
There you go.
If we talk about most valuable players, we talk about, scrappers of the game, Tenley Backup, again, a sophomore, again, only losing 2. I mean, they're 2 key ones, don't get me wrong, in Jaden Schultz, a senior, and Matty Cabot in center field, but everybody else is coming back. This Mineral Point team, if they don't go down south, they probably could go undefeated because they almost did this year.
They almost did, absolutely. What a season from start to finish, one that Pointer fans and parents and the players and coaches won't forget. This is a history book type season for the Pointers.
You think about coming into this weekend, now you look at the record, 318 wins versus 117 losses in 18 seasons for Quinn Schultz. Now it's another state championship, from 2013, and now this one. They will look for back-to-back in the way too early projections of next year, but to go against Mineral Point is going to be, I don't want to say silly, but of course you'll have the Fenimores, you will have Iowa Grant, you will have everybody saying, don't forget about us.
Don't forget about us, Cuba City.
But that's why they have a good chance of repeating, because iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
And you don't get to be this good by Mineral Point by facing slouches. You have to go against the flamethrowers in the swall to get here.
Absolutely.
And you've seen it.
Yeah.
You know how all these schools are. It's not an easy path to get to Goodman Diamond.
No doubt. But what a great place to wrap up your year.
Absolutely. Rob, some final words from you from what you saw with the Belmont game earlier and the Mineral Point game here to wrap up D4.
Yeah, for Belmont, disappointing for them, of course, that they didn't bring home another back-to-back championship. But as Coach Hodgson said on our pregame show, getting to the championship game is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
They've done it now 6 times, so, I know they're disappointed. I know the players are licking their wounds, and, that's okay. That means you're a competitor. But great effort and it is still a great season to get to this championship Saturday. And then obviously for Mineral Point, just what a dominant run and a dominant performance when they needed it most from not only Tenley but really the entire team. In the first inning set the tone, and they kind of cruised the rest of the way.
Absolutely, and that's all they needed, you could say, was that one run, but they got 4. It was that shock and awe, and they were able to take care of that. I want to say thank you, Rob, and thanking RJ, Presto. I know I like to pick on everybody, but thank you for bringing me into the Queen Bee family, to be able to get a chance. I mean, I got a chance. You trusted me with Darlington at Camp Randall, Barneveld at Resch Center, Goodman Diamond, and also Madison College on Thursday with Mineral Point softball. It's definitely been fun to be a part of this family, and, it doesn't get any better than this to end a season.
It's been a great sports season, and it's not over yet.
No,
Next
it is
week,
not.
Baseball.
Yes, Tyler Dictana, Steve Prestegard will have Potosi, Cassville, and Dodgeville both at state on Tuesday, and hopefully once again on Thursday, playing for a state championship, and more hard work coming back to Southwest Wisconsin. Make sure you tune in for those on X1071 and on 97.7 Country WGLR. But that, you can say, Rob, ends the 25-26 season on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
It does. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Rob. He's Rob Spangler. I'm John Satterley. Thank you to all of our sponsors who help bring these games to you. Without them, we cannot make this happen. Without you, we cannot make this happen, because you, our listener, are the reason we bring these games to you. All the love, all the passion, all the hard work, it's worth it to be able to get a chance to cover 14 to 18-year-old young ladies and young men getting a chance to aspire to the highest award, and that's a state champion, which we awarded here today. Game 1, the Belmont Braves fell 16-8 in a state championship to Almond Bancroft, and the game we just wrapped up here, Mineral Point defeats Johnson Creek 6-0 to be the 2026 Division IV state champions. The preceding has been a presentation of Queen Bee Radio Sports on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. For Rob Spangler, I'm John Satterley saying good night and thank you for listening.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX Sageville Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. More chances for you to win an invite to our Super Hits 106 Bally's Marquette Warco Transportation Christmas in July celebration are coming up soon. Listen to Super Hits 106 weekday mornings for the Jingle Bell cue to call and win invites for you and a guest to attend our party. For another chance to win, enter once per day at superhits106.com.